out in that format, but okay.
I think we need to talk to Angel about that and be like, dude,
Oh, maybe.
what's going on?
Did you get it?
Maybe go. No.
Nope.
What the? Oh, there we go.
You told us to watch our language during this episode, and you're
Did
sitting
you turn
there.
off the virtual output?
No. I had to reset the key, but it looks like it's going.
All right.
Better late than never. Yep. It looks like it. Perfect. Okay.
Yay!
Finally got it on the YouTube.
Alrighty, and
Now we can start the show. All right. Hello, everybody. Oh.
All right,
Make some sort of eye joke. Technical difficulties. All right, we're caught up.
Right.
All right.
So,
and as if we haven't kept him waiting long enough.
The reason we do have a special guest today, and that's the reason why my background is the way it is, because Twitch does not like minor streamers. But my son Bean, you've seen him in the chats.
Yes.
As what was your
blowing up the chat?
Normal guy is cool.
Normal guy is cool. Yes.
He's the one that's always calling you father.
Yes.
Father.
So, he's been pestering me about when can I be on, and so today
I really want to be on.
Today he is on.
All right.
So say hello.
And welcome to the show, Bean. We're proud to have you here. And from what I understand, this is going to turn into the Bean Show because you have questions for us instead of the standard host asking the guest questions.
I have my whole sheet.
All right.
Hello.
And look at
Gma. I have my whole sheet right here of questions.
So before we get into your questions, I've got
yes,
a couple questions.
Say that, actually. Do you want to go first?
Yes. Where did you get your namer? Normal guy is cool.
Well, on Twitch, it didn't allow Normal Guy 16, which was my original name, but I just went with Normal Guy's cool. But I really wanted Normal Guy 16 because I usually use Normal Guy 16 for most of these things.
Why 16?
Well,
to put you on the spot.
I can't.
Because obviously you're 16. Duh.
No.
Yes.
Exactly.
Does it look like I'm 16?
The older I
can't
get,
tell.
the more
Right.
college students start looking like children.
Right.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You'll
Unfortunately, that is true.
So. It's like, now when I'm driving, if I see like a 16-year-old driving, I'm like, why is that toddler driving?
Well, I felt that way when I was watching the Minecraft movie and it showed the girl driving to pick up her brother at school or whatever. I'm like, what is she, 12?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like actually 26 or 27 in real life.
Right.
That's the older you get, you might not understand it now, but the older you get, the younger generation looks.
Hey, Bean.
Since when did you watch the Minecraft movie?
When I went with you guys.
Yeah,
He's probably seen it about 12 times.
Angel just popped in. Hello, Angel.
Hi, Angel. Always a pleasure to have you here.
He won't recognize me.
Nope. No. Hey, Bean, did you see that Gma said hello?
Yes, I saw.
Okay.
I waved and said hello.
The next hard-hitting question is...
Hold on, Angel says, who's that? Angel, that's my son, my younger one.
Yes, hello, Angel. I have watched the stream with you on it. I was in the comments. I didn't cause a ruckus in there, but I usually do that normally.
Yeah, and that's why...
Does he usually do that normally, like in real life, too?
Oh, God, all the time.
So he's a you. Awesome.
And Angel, that's also why you can see him in the background of Koimia's picture there, because I know that a lot of streamers or a lot of streaming services do not like to have kids on there by themselves, but this way you can see he's not by himself.
He says change the handle from Bean to Beam.
There you go.
I was actually talking about that.
He was. Yep. So.
Yep, and apparently, if you want to stick around, Angel, apparently this is going to be the Bean Show because he's going to ask us questions.
So.
This is like CNN in reverse.
Right. Right. Normally we do the interviews, but
Right.
So,
Neo, did you say you had another question for him?
Yes, I do have one other question.
Oh,
Is
God.
what's the best video game and why is it not Minecraft?
I think that's your answer right there.
wow, man.
Okay,
You see his face.
now, when you say best, do you consider best like favorite or best? Which
Are you talking about the way the
mean-
game plays, or like
no,
what?
like my favorite game or
Yes.
the best game in my opinion? My
Best
favorite
game.
Both.
Both.
Both. Okay. Now, this might shock you, but my favorite game would actually have to be Gimkit.
Kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Gimkit.
Okay.
Do you want to
It's-
explain what that is?
Yeah.
Gimkit is like, it's a game that you can play on Chromebooks and stuff. So that's why it's my favorite, because you can play it in school and stuff. And there's actually a GIM. That's what their little character is called. That's the Starry Night painting, which is my favorite piece of art. And I actually made my Minecraft skin, the Starry Night painting, all by myself. I created it. Yay.
Oh, you like Starry Night? Okay.
Yes, I like the Starry Night.
Have you gotten
Okay.
a Lego set yet?
Well, a knockoff one is on my list because the Lego one is way too expensive, like they are.
It's in the mail.
Mm. That's his favorite phrase. It's in the mail.
Yeah. Neo has sent me like 3 or 4 Nintendo Switch 2s now, and they're all
No,
in the
I think we're
mail.
up to 10 by now.
At least. I don't know.
What's up, Slayer? Welcome.
How's it going, Slayer?
All right. So there's that one. That's your favorite, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, what is the best?
The
and why is it
best
not
game.
Minecraft?
Have a good day, Angel.
Now, just saying, in my opinion, there is no best game because multiple people have different opinions on the best game.
Very
so
true.
I can't really say if there's a best game or not.
Best
Okay,
usually
well, in your
comes down. Yeah.
opinion,
In your
It
opinion,
usually
that'll
comes
just
down
be
to
my favorite
your
game,
opinion.
though.
so in your opinion, what's the best game?
Best game, Minecraft. Favorite game, Gimkit.
Why did I say
Okay.
why it
That's-
was
that's
not
my
Minecraft?
answer.
Why do you like Minecraft so much? I guess we'll start with that.
Basically,
What-
because you can literally create anything out of the blocks and stuff. Oh,
World building.
yes, you can you load up a world and you can create a giant statue of SpongeBob for all I care. Now, I'm not saying I have done that before, but there is this one world that we have that we play on the most, me and my brother. It's called the Magic server because back then I was really into magic and pretty much nothing else than that. But now I'm into other things like Michael Jackson. Yay.
Magic?
What's
Not that magic.
Oh, wrong magic.
Wrong kind of
Magic
magic.
Magic the Gathering card game.
It's a card game. Go ahead and tell them what I did to your world.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. The original world. And Dad played on it. He's up there. He played on it, and he was doing fine until it was nighttime, and he let a creeper into my house and blew it up. Because creepers blow up.
Right?
And he actually handed me the controller, and I built my house because he blew it up. Also, he killed my pet cat.
That's also he killed my pet cat.
You know, not only did he blow up my house, but he killed my pet cat.
I mean,
Uh,
that's the important
Let
thing.
me reiterate that was the video game cat, not our actual cats. I am not a cat killer.
Why is Cyclops not showing?
Yeah, what happened to your mic or your camera there?
I'm still here. I am fixing my lighting because it was
He's-
really harsh.
We want to
He's
see your
eating- he's
beautiful
eating.
eye.
We got Slayer that comes in. Best game is obviously Sneak King, the Burger King game where you sneak up on people and deliver food to them.
Yes.
I mean, sounds pretty fire to me.
Never
I think
heard
that was
of
on
it.
the. That was
Never
on
heard
the.
of it, honestly.
That was before your time, Bean.
Yeah, probably.
No, probably about it. That was before your time.
Okay, I would just like to say most people who usually are in the comments along with me are probably jealous right now because they want to be on the stream. I'm proud as well.
Yes, they do. We've been trying to get more people.
It's just easier this way.
All right. So, Neos, you don't have any more?
No, those are my questions.
Cyclops, you got any questions for Bean?
Yeah. So, what got you into gaming? Was it your dad, or just have you always been into gaming, or?
Probably Dad. Yeah, he plays games a lot.
Gma.
Yeah, I just saw that. Wow.
Gma comes in.
Whenever you want to come on, you're more than welcome.
So,
Make sure you bring the lasagna, though. No,
Yes.
wait. Koimiya makes the
Yes.
lasagna.
no.
My wife makes an awesome baked spaghetti, which is just as good as lasagna.
Dude, I miss baked. There's not a place up here that has a good baked spaghetti.
You don't have like a Fazoli's or something around you?
There's a Fazoli's, probably like, well, where's that one that we stopped at, Bean?
I honestly have no idea. You'd have to ask my brother.
Yeah, it's like between
He's-
here and
he's the
Minnesota.
smart one.
So, but
Oh, that brings up a good question. So, do you play a lot of games with your brother? Do you get along enough to do that?
Well, my brother is usually playing with his friend, so I never get to play with him.
Oh, but you used
Yeah.
to, right?
I used to, yes, a lot.
Okay.
Whenever we go to our grandma's, then we can play together because he can't play with his friend there. So that's nice.
Okay.
That's nice.
he'll play with his friend on the PC, and since the PC's the only one here, not at their grandma's
There
house.
he is. Hi, Cyclops.
Hey,
Welcome back.
nah,
We
I've still
missed
been-
you.
You missed this eye, huh?
Yeah, we needed an
Oh my
odd
God,
eye
stop
on
making
in the
jokes about
screen.
the eye.
There's an odd number of eyes here.
But I know when Minecraft Dungeons 2 comes out, they'll probably play together
Yes.
on that,
Yes.
and I'll be joining them on that one.
All three of us need to do a stream.
I was gonna say, could you do a cross one with the PC, or it has to be on console?
Well,
Of Dungeons?
Yeah.
it'd be easier to just. Well, it would be harder to get it on PC and console because that would make more money. That would cost you more money.
Yes
It
and no,
would.
because it is actually, I believe it is going to be on Game Pass day one,
Oh, there you go.
and so we could do that on PC, and then crossplay on the PS5.
Right.
It's,
Something to think about.
and Grandma Gma, you are welcome to come on at any time as well. So when can I come on?
Right.
What does Slayer say here? I want to try Fazoli's one time, and after looking at the menu, I walked out. Oh,
So-
wind.
So when I
Uh-oh.
lived in
Macaroni
Rochester,
and cheese.
yeah, true. When I lived in Rochester, Minnesota, and so I'm going to call this one out specifically. When I lived there, that's when I got my first taste of Fazoli's, and we liked it, but it was always like almost ice cold in the center. I don't know if you guys ever had that that trouble, but it was like the whole plate was hot except for the center was like freaking Antarctica, you know. And then we stopped eating there, and then I never went to another one until almost 20 years later, when I met my wife and we moved to Madison, Wisconsin, and I tried another one, and all of a sudden it was perfect. And I told the boss there, the manager, what had happened, and he said, "Yeah, that's why that Fazoli's was shut down a few years ago, because there was always complaints about the food being cold, and apparently they had failed health stuff." And then my wife was like,
Yum.
then my wife said, "Oh yeah, she went to one in Carbondale, Illinois, and she had the same problem." He's like, "Yeah, that's why that one was shut down too."
Well, wasn't there one in Rockford at one point?
There's one in Rockford, I believe. Yeah.
There
Well,
might
I don't
be
think it's
one
there.
now, but
I don't think there's one there anymore. Because when I first got to Rockford, everybody was talking about it. I'm like, well, what is this place? And we had to go to like Wisconsin to get it.
See, there's two things I miss from when I lived in Illinois. I miss Rosati's.
Yes.
And then in Rockford, there was this great pizza joint called Lino's,
Yes.
and I miss them.
Oh
Yep.
my God! Actually, Lino's is where I had my what do you call that?
Eye pop out.
Yeah. What?
Yes,
No.
I'd like my money back. My eye popped out.
Sir, there's something in my soup.
My own eyes. No, but that's where we had the what is that like where you're getting married and then you have your rehearsal dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we had our rehearsal dinner, and my God, that place is so amazing.
Yes, and they're reasonably priced too, like for their pizzas.
So yeah, and then we started having Fazoli's. When we moved here, we noticed Fazoli's was here, and this is the greatest. I will miss Fazoli's when we move from here.
Yes, we'll get to those. He's holding up his list of questions.
You know what else I'm gonna miss when I move away from here, and I'm pretty sure Neodeath, you can say about where you're at too if you move away. I will miss Rallies. Their burgers are kind of like just regular burgers, but their fries, oh my God,
their fries are fire.
Wouldn't know.
So,
all right,
Bean.
Your first question.
The show is yours.
Do I have to do it in order?
No, you can go in whatever.
Whatever one you want to.
That's your first question. Do I have to do it in order?
All right, that's one. That's one down.
Yeah, you get two more.
Okay. What is your favorite game?
Is that for all of us or for somebody?
Just for all of you.
I don't know, you guys want to take that first? I got to think about that for a minute.
I mean, that is a hard one to think about. I already know what Koimia's gonna say.
Do you though?
Yeah,
No.
No.
You would be wrong, sir.
Favorite all time?
Just favorite, like right now at this moment.
At this time. Okay.
Yes.
So then at this time it would be D4 for you, Neil.
No, I've kind of dropped out of that one. I got everything I wanted out of that.
Did you though?
Yes.
I rolled a paladin today.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Right now, I would have to say, Adventures of Elliot or Mouse PI. Both of those have, like, even though I beat them, I'm still like playing them. Like I said, I got sick of D4, and I went back to.
Thinks about every game. Once you beat it, you still play it.
Not always. Usually, like, unless you're going for trophies, usually once you beat the game, you feel like, okay, I'm done with this. Let me try something else.
Infinite.
Right. Definitely, that one's a hard one to quote unquote beat.
All you need to do is kill the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, if you want to do the main story.
Of course I would know that out of all things.
Right.
And I see
what does Slayer say?
Slayer
games in general or video game?
Just like games in general.
So I would say favorite right now, just because I'm playing it and I'm having a great time with it, is Reanimal.
Okay.
That's a lot like Little Nightmares 3, which I actually recently got as well. Because I went to GameStop and they had it for 47% off. I don't know why it was such a number.
Okay.
I don't know why it was such an odd number, but I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna get it.
The one person, folks, who's still buying physical media.
We'll talk about that later, but yeah,
right.
I still buy physical games. Yeah. That's my favorite as of right now, probably of all time, though. It's kind of hard to say because a lot of games make you like video.
And when you're in the moment, you're like you said, you're loving Reanimal right now, but like you start a new game, you're like, hey, I like this game too for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But all time that you could replay more than once.
Forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say it's like a tie between the God of War franchise. I can't really pick one game in the franchise. Maybe Uncharted 2 was my favorite of the Uncharted games. And then probably Assassin's Creed. And again, I have to go with, even though there's been some games in the franchise that have been less good than others, I'm going to have to go with the whole franchise because I can't really just pick one game out of the franchise that's better.
That makes sense, yeah.
Good job for generalizing all that.
Yes.
Favorite of all
I worked in a healthcare call center for 10 years. You learn how to generalize things while making it sound like you know what you're talking about.
Of all time, I would say my favorite, I'd have to go old school. It'd have to be like either a Zelda, like Link to a Past, Super Metroid.
Yes.
So then, are you super
Ocarina of
excited?
Time?
I was gonna say, are
is
you
another
excited
one.
about the Ocarina of Time remake coming out?
Yes, I just wish they would give us more fucking information. Sorry, swearing. Are we actually going to talk about that later, or?
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Okay, then I won't
Okay,
bring it up
so-
here.
I didn't get the answer.
No, you did not.
Of course you didn't.
All right, come on, Dad.
I mean, right now, obviously, yes, Diablo 4. But of all time, it's a tie between Mass Effect 2 and Nier Automata.
You and that Nier Automata.
What do you got against that?
I don't know why you think that game is so good. I thought you would have said like Kingdom Hearts or.
My screen just said host has muted you, and then it said
Yes.
host has unmuted you.
Yes,
Which
I
shows
muted
the
you because we
question.
were getting that double echo as your father was talking.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Nier Automata is phenomenal.
One that you could replay multiple times. And...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you and Tiny and Bilmos, you guys are like always singing the praises of Nier Automata.
Aren't they making a new one of those?
I think so. Yeah.
God, I wish.
I thought there were, or a spiritual successor or something like that. I thought
Not that I know of.
I thought they were.
Let me take a look. That's why we have the internet at our fingertips here.
Do we?
All right.
What do you think I was going to say? Neo Alpha Protocol?
Yeah, that or
Alpha Protocol.
Okay, so once Cyclops is done, I have another question.
Okay.
I have a whole list of.
You can go ahead and fire.
Yeah.
Okay. When and why did you start streaming? Oh, that's gone.
Oop.
When and why did you start streaming?
Streaming. I think it was what, a year and a half ago now.
Okay, and just so you know, yes, another Nier game is widely expected. The Square Enix has specifically teased that Nier Automata will be continued, but it has not been officially announced when or where or anything else. So just know that it's in development.
Oops, I got some chat here too. Slayer comes in, of course. MTG for sure, literally the best game ever made. I mean, it is hard to compete with that one. And then mine is Pong.
She probably had to Google that.
I mean, that she can. That's a good thing. So, for streaming, let's see. I got into it about a year and a half ago. Just on a whim, was playing my Magic game online, was losing fantastically, and was like, I should be streaming this out. And just started up from there and kind of built up my studio with green screens and lights and all that.
Well, you streamed a little bit before that.
Yeah, I mean, I streamed when everybody was a streamer during the pandemic. Everybody's stuck at home and had to pretty much find something to do. Right. And yeah, that was when you couldn't get like the cards to stream because they were flying off the shelves and stuff.
Dude, that's because everybody was buying them because they were all stuck at home.
Right.
There was nothing else to do. No, I initially started streaming back in 2016. I was actually that's actually back when Tiny and Bilmos and I were roommates, but he was dating the girl that lived upstairs. But that's how I refer to her as. He was dating the girl that lived upstairs, and we would actually just my wife and I would kind of get bored, so she would start working on some of her own things, and then I started streaming. I started streaming directly through like the PlayStation console and through the Xbox console. And just throughout time, I got a headset, and just throughout the years, I built it up to what it is now. And I know I still need to build it up more, but it's come a long way. My very first stream was actually no voice because I had no mic, no face because I had no camera. It was literally just me playing Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, you even know the game. Okay.
Yep, I remember the game. The very first game was Sunset Overdrive, and eventually it went to Doom 2016, and then just kind of built it up from there. And now that was only through Twitch. And you remember how stupid those PlayStation cameras were?
Yes.
Like you couldn't do anything with them.
Yes.
Yeah. So, eventually built it up, and now we have this show. And now you're on the show. See how it just eventually led to this?
All led to this.
Well, I've been streaming. I mean, I started with just doing Extra Life streams, and I've been doing Extra Life for 13 years now, and it kind of grew from that. It's the same way like Cyclops said, where started just through the PlayStation app, and then when Mixer was around as a platform, there was a streamer that I used. Yeah, well, the original Mixer,
Right.
the original Beam, yes. When that was around, there was a streamer that I watched on there, and I started following because I really liked him and what he was streaming a lot. It was back when Sea of Thieves first came out, and he was doing a lot of content for that. And the thing that stuck out for me at the time was he was actually kind of doing a riff on Dr. Disrespect. And he was actually called Dr. Respect, and he was all about positive energy and all of this crap. And he actually got like a cease and desist, I believe, from Dr. Disrespect. So then he changed his name to Professor Rad, and I kind of looked up to him like as a mentor type thing because he gave me a lot of information and things like that on what I should focus on and how I should do things and stuff like that. And he's actually, I had said I had 4 streamers that I would love to be on our show, and we've had 2 of the 4 already. He's actually the 5th streamer that I would love to have on our show, and I even reached out to him, but he's kind of done with this whole scene and done with the whole.
Oh, was that the one where he didn't want to come back and do anything, right?
Right.
Okay, that was him.
And
okay.
So he's the one that kind of really got me into the more, hey, I could get a computer for this and get a camera and a microphone and things like that, instead of just using the Twitch app through PlayStation.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun streaming. I mean, I met a lot of super cool people while streaming.
Like
it's
Looker.
actually
The Looker.
Yep, Looker, Dingy. That's actually I reconnected with Tynam Bilmos. That's actually how I met Asian Faja, and there's so many others that I can mention that I've met just through streaming. Some of them it has been life-changing. Just didn't know I'd have so many cool people in my life, and it's all because I decided to get on one day and just go like, hey, let's play video games while people can watch. And
right.
It's not just about watching people play video games, it's about building a community.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at how far we've come just on this show and the people that we've had on, like I said, I've had 2 of the 4 of my favorite streamers on now.
Mm-hmm.
I never expected to have the CEO of Beam on our show once, let alone 3 times now, and
we'll have him back on again too.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be until next year, but because he's busy, and I mean, Beam's going to be introducing or announcing a bunch of stuff starting Tuesday if you've been following their tweets. I'm just, it's humbling to sit back and look at how far we've come in the 2 years that we've done this.
Right.
So
I know, and this all started because I think me and Charlie asked you to be a guest one day.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started as you being a guest, and then you came on every so often, and then he left, and then I asked you to come on, and then Neodeath jumped on shortly after that.
That kind of answers my next question. When did you start Garbage in, Garbage Out?
I can answer that one. So I like telling this story because this show actually started as a radio show in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. When was that? That was like right during the pandemic. I want to say like right after they started putting the masks on everybody.
Right.
So, and I had the initial idea for it for a long time, but I didn't know much about getting onto the computer and doing podcasts and all that. So
he still doesn't, folks.
Yeah, whatever. I know a lot more than I did then. But yeah, I actually went to a radio station in Madison, Wisconsin, and asked them about it. They completely ignored me. Then I went to the one in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and they were excited about it. So that's how it started. It was just me, and I would actually put on like Facebook Live. The problem was back then we couldn't swear at all. So
I mean,
we had
you
to
still
really
can't on the radio, really.
Right, we had to watch what we said because of FCC guidelines. I didn't want to get the whole studio in trouble because I slipped.
Right.
But then the thing was, I would also put it through Facebook Live. The problem with that was because they also wanted you to play at least 2 songs during your show. I couldn't really play the music while on Xbox or while on Facebook Live because of licensing issues. And then they would just start shutting it down. Well, then eventually we moved, and that's when I couldn't do it with the radio show anymore. And I learned more about getting it with getting it onto the computer and on with as a podcast. And as I kind of started thinking about doing it alone, but I didn't. And then I asked my friend Charlie if he would join on, and he was here for about 1.5 years. And eventually, like I said, he left, and then your dad came on. And then Neodeath came on shortly after that, and this is where it led to.
I wonder if we all were in that same area again, if we could do it back in the radio. That would be kind of cool.
Mm.
Wait, so this is a podcast also?
Yes. Yeah, this is more podcast. This is, but yeah, it started as it was just community radio, so only people in like some prairie or the direct areas could hear it.
Now I have a follow-up question for that. Did Neodeath and my dad come in as a guest?
Your dad did. He started as a guest. What was that, Koimia? That was, I think we brought you on to talk about like a PlayStation State of Play.
It was like a PlayStation State of Play or like a year-end review or something like that. Yeah, and then after that, like Charlie stepped down, and you're like, hey, because I did like 2 or 3 shows as a guest initially, and then yeah, it was for like a State of Play or like the Xbox, whatever they call their showcase or something, and then the year-end review was the first like major one for me. And then after that, we took a hiatus because of New Year's and celebrating New Year's and everything like that. And then we came back as Garbage In, Garbage Out, because before that you were what? Goes Nowhere, Does Nothing.
Yeah.
The Go No Dono show. And then Charlie stepped down, and you and I had discussed, you asked me to come on as a full-time host. And then we were talking about, are we going to keep the Go No Dono title or should we rebrand and things like that. And then I tossed out the name Garbage In, Garbage Out from the old computer programming term. What you put in is what you get out. And since we're just 3 random guys on the internet giving the hottest takes that nobody wants, we're putting a bunch of garbage in, we're getting a bunch of garbage out.
Yep. And then
I don't think I came on as a guest. I think you just said, hey, do you want to join?
I think we invited you as a guest and you said no like a couple of times.
Right, because I didn't have a setup at all. I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't until I like got my green screen and was like, well, I'm already streaming, so I might as well do that. And now this is the only thing I stream. I haven't done any actual streaming.
Get back to it, man.
It's so hard once you've stopped.
Yeah, I know. I need to get back into Mind's Eye.
I am.
You don't know how hard that is.
I do.
It's okay to get back on there.
I do. I mean, you guys know what I've been going through with my job and all that. So I hadn't been streaming for a while, and now I've been kind of easing back into streaming. And I'm like, do I need to ease back in, or do I need to just jump in? I think I need to just jump in.
12 hours episode of playing a game. Go for it.
Yeah, I tried doing that 24-hour, what is that, for Extra Life, and I cannot stay up like that anymore. Like, in my 20s, I'd have been like, yeah, game all night. And now I'm just like, dude, I've been on here for like 7 hours. I'm tired.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've been doing Extra Life for 13 years, and the first year, I didn't even make it the full 24 hours. I think I crashed at like 22 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, so close.
I know, right? And then every year since then, I've been breaking it up into like 3 8-hour days. And then even then, I've been breaking up those 8-hour days into like 4 hours here and then 4 hours here. Like I'm just like, ugh. But I think if I had a game that I was like absolutely sucked into, I'd do the full 8 hours in one stream. Because I did this last year, I did do like an 8-hour dispatch stream. So
that's another one I need to get. Dispatch.
It's on Xbox now. I don't know if it's on Game Pass, but it's on Xbox now.
Yeah, don't they have a DLC coming out for it?
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
Yes,
so
yes, Slayer. I know I haven't. Thank you, Slayer. My next stream is 72 hours. Jeez.
Okay, so
I'd be
my
a
next
zombie.
question. This is the one that I. Behind the scenes, this is the one that I said might offend Cyclops. Where did you get your names? And not Cyclops, because I can very clearly tell where he got his name.
Where do you think I got it? Where do you
He's
think
missing
I got
an eye. Who knows? What? Why did no one tell me? I've been doing this for this long.
I just thought he was winking.
I was. That's.
That was a wink, but you don't know it because it's just an eye.
Neo, do you want to field that?
Yeah. I mean, Neodeath I've had since I was like probably around your age and screwing around on computers back when you had the dial-up modems and someone picked up the phone and you're screwed. And you have to like murder a computer to get online. I've always had a fascination with death, probably because my mom was always, kind of in that fatal thing with what she had going with health. So one day I was just like, new death. And I'm like, wait, Neo. I think the Matrix probably had come out by then. I'm like, oh, Neo Death. I am the new death. So I'm going to take Death's spot and be the new Grim Reaper. That's always where I've taken it. And then I've got, good old Drop Dead Fred with me, my minions.
Yeah, Ninjato pops in and says, "Nice to meet you, Bean."
Welcome.
Ninjato is the third of 4 streamers that I want to get on the show here eventually.
Come on to the show. Come now.
Answer your question, Bean. KoimiaX. So, for the longest time, I've had multiple different names throughout my streaming. Well, not streaming, but gaming career. And initially, it was just Koimia, and I got that name actually out of a random name generator when I was trying to name a character for some MMO I was playing, probably EverQuest 2, and Koimia popped up because I was trying to do like an elven name, I think, or something like that. I was like, that kind of sounds elvish, but then I really liked the name, and so I started using that as my gamer tag. And
what was it before that? That's what
before Koimia?
Yeah.
I've had a couple of different ones. I've had Squinch, Squinch, Squinch.
Okay.
I've had I'm laughing at Ninjato here. He's like, "You're KoimiaX to me, Daddy Mia." But I've had Dulissa was one that I used for a while.
Okay.
Torissa was one that I used for a while. But Koimia, so when I first started streaming, I was strictly doing, like Cyclops had said earlier, the Twitch app through the PlayStation. And so my Twitch name was Koimia PS4. Then I got the Xbox and I started streaming through that as well. And I was still streaming through the Koimia PS4. Yes, that is an E machines behind me, Ninjato. But I got the it was my dad's old computer. But then I got the Xbox, and so I was still streaming through the Koimia PS4 name, and I'm like, well, I'm not strictly PS4 anymore. I'm now PS4 and Xbox. And then I also got the computer, and I was like, I need to rebrand in a way that is like across
Universal.
the same across
Yeah.
all platforms. And I was like, do I want to go with a whole new name, or I was trying to figure out a way how to keep the name, so people would still know it's me. And actually, Professor Rad, who we were discussing earlier, he's the one that was like, why don't you just throw an X on the end of your name and call yourself KoimiaX's? And I was like, what? I was like, why didn't I fucking think of that? And so that's how I've got the name KoimiaX's now.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't start as that Cyclops guy. Yeah.
What did you start with?
So I started with actually AMULER1, which was kind of weird because it's actually part of my name. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't use that. And then I decided after that I was going to be Cyclops 1984. And it wasn't until Tiny and Bilmos, I know I'm putting it out there, but he was like, oh, should you really have your birth year on there? And I was like, do you know how many people were born in 84? That's a lot of people. And then eventually I just moved it to Cyclops guy. And then people started talking to me through Twitch pages and stuff, calling me, oh, hey, it's that Cyclops guy. It's that guy with one eye. So then I decided to just make it that Cyclops guy. I was like, so everybody's already saying that Cyclops guy. I might as well just go for it.
Slayer comes in here. He was originally Koimia Twitter, but then Elon Musk changed it to X. Yes,
Damn,
Slayer.
Elon. Okay, if we could get Elon on the show, would you want him to be here?
No. I'd be absent that day.
Me too.
I'd be like, you can come onto the show, but you have to make a $2 million donation to me.
Right.
To each of us
We
personally.
we get to rip on him as much as we want. that would be the only stipulation.
Like, dude, when you were at when Trump got when he won the presidency the second time, or what was that in 2024? Like, I saw your salute.
Right. Or just talk to him about how he was supposedly winning at Diablo 4 and PoE and then wasn't.
All right, Bean.
What else you got?
That was actually my last question.
Those were his hard-hitting questions, folks.
I mean, you're making good time. You still got 15 minutes.
I still got 15 minutes.
Any other questions that come to mind?
He's going to be a really good, journalist someday,
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. What is it you feel like you want to grow up and do? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be in the public's eye?
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Kinda. Do you like joking around and making people laugh and that kind of stuff?
Definitely.
So if you were to get your own page, would you want it to be one of those where you are the face of the channel, or would you want to be one of those faceless channels where it's more like you just kind of focus on what you're talking about and less on you?
I mean,
that's a tough one. I don't even know.
Because both can be very successful, but just wondering which one you want.
Yes. It's like a mix of both.
Yeah.
I like that. The short answer is yes. There we go.
I mean, he's joined me on a couple of streams. We've done, the Nickelodeon. I don't even know what it's called.
The fighting one?
No, it's like an RPG. It's almost a hack and slash like Diablo and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was that Warner Brothers one?
No, it's a Nicktoons one.
Oh, okay.
The Dice to Destiny. That's what he's whispering to me here. But,
don't know why he's whispering it, but
right. But so
he's got to make you look good on your own show.
Yeah, not show me up, right? But so he's done that a couple of times. There was I thought we did another one too besides Nicktoons, but we did the Minecraft Dungeons, the one time. Right. Because then his older brother and I did the Minecraft Dungeons as well the one time. But I know they're both excited, and hell, I'll admit it, I'm even excited. Minecraft Dungeons 2 is coming out soon. So we'll probably try and figure out some way to do a stream with all three of us on that at the same time, since it's multiplayer.
So then let me ask you this, Beam. Are there any games out right now that your dad won't let you play that you want to play?
Oh, I'm sure there's tons. GTA 6!
He doesn't even know what that is.
I mean, no.
What are you talking about? GTA 6 is rated E for everyone, you know?
Right.
You know,
there are games that I want to see him play that he won't play. Like
GTA
6.
like Stray, the one with the cat. He just
that's a good one. Why won't you play that one?
Even though he has it on Xbox and PlayStation.
I think I was playing that one and I stopped. I think I got bored with that one.
Bingo.
I mean, it looked beautiful. It was fun for a little bit, and then you're like, okay.
Your dad has a really bad habit of recommending games and then not finishing the games he recommends. I'm looking at you, Expedition 33.
I don't know what you're talking about. I finished all games.
Oh, whatever. You told me to play,
No,
what was
did
it,
not.
Doki Doki Literature Club, and you played that one. I know you finished that one. Then you told me, oh, now you're going to do Expedition 33. I eventually did Expedition 33, and then you were like, oh, you're already past where I'm at. And I'm like, I started playing well after you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How am I now further
Also,
than you?
Little Kitty Big City, which he has on Xbox.
Mm-mm. They took that one off of Game Pass, so I don't play that one anymore. Raven Blood came in though and says Dave the Diver.
Ooh.
Okay.
Somebody else was telling me about that one. I bought it, but I haven't played it.
So, I mean, those sound like really good ones. Are there any games coming out that that you know of right now that you want to play? Like something coming out that you're really excited for, besides Zelda.
And Dungeons.
Besides Minecraft Dungeons 2.
Do you look at any other news for any other games?
No, not really.
Are you the one that knows exactly when they drop the new Minecraft stuff, like when they update it and everything?
Well,
You're
Minecraft
like,
Dungeons
oh.
2 is like coming out in like September or something, but my brother would still know more than me about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
You
more
know,
into Minecraft than me.
Your dad doesn't seem
even
to be a
more
huge
than
fan
you. Wow.
Yeah. Your dad doesn't seem to be a huge fan of Jack Black, who is in the Minecraft movie.
What the hell is Dave the Diver? And is it wannabe Scuba Steve? No, it's.
I don't know any of those.
What? He doesn't know Scuba Steve? Seriously?
Koimiya, do better.
Nope, he doesn't know Scuba Steve.
I mean, Dave the Diver is like a pretty decent game where you're trying to like multitask and like go catch fish and then take said fish and put it into a sushi restaurant and kind of run that while also catching the fish. I mean, I've heard good things. There was a guy at work that was telling me all about it.
Like, my brother plays Minecraft, well, tries to play Minecraft every day with his friend, or just plays it by himself if his friend can't do it. Or me, who plays Minecraft, plays other games, and focuses more on other stuff than Minecraft.
Okay. So
If
when
you
you
had
play
to-
these other games, do
if
you
you
like
had
them
to
for the
choose.
story? Or do you like the gameplay?
Well, I
Or
like
both?
mostly just the gameplay.
Okay.
Okay.
What other games have you been playing besides Minecraft?
Well, when we're at grandma's,
Aha!
we play the Lego games.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
my wife loves
Yes.
the Lego games. I still need
Lego
to
Worlds.
play the new Batman
So
one.
do I.
But-
I have it. I haven't played it. That was one I wanted to stream with the wife, like doing co-op.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have a camera, so.
You should do like one of those where have you ever done like one of those multi-camera streams? Because you can actually set your computer up where it'll actually picture you and picture her, and you can be in either two different rooms or in the same room. and it'll have like one camera focused on her and one on you, and you can have the camera on either side of on both sides of the screen.
I could, yeah. But then we'd have to like be in my computer room, my studio, as I call it.
I mean, that's how I've done it with Bean when we do the Nicktoons one. I mean, he's sitting right, here next to me, but I have a camera over here facing that way, and then the one that's facing me, and we have both of them.
We got Wild Wolf. No, I want to be incognito.
That's pretty neato. No,
like
don't
a
be
Dorito.
Don't be incognito. That is not neato. We need to see you.
Why are we rhyming like Dr. Seuss?
I don't know.
Why are we talking about Doritos is the more important question.
Because Doritos are delicious.
Doritos are awesome. Have you tried those new Doritos? I think they're called like Doritos Naked or something. They don't have like a lot of that. It's called that.
Isn't that called like a tortilla chip?
Pretty much.
But it tastes just like their regular Doritos, but like it doesn't have like all the artificial stuff that makes them super red.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, so you don't get like all over your fingers, and it's supposed to be healthier for you. It's like more.
Well, there we go. Who wants healthy?
They're not using the artificial dyes and stuff to make it red and get all over your fingers.
What you say? Red dye is gone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Red dye is gone, but
not allowed.
Like a Dorito.
Thanks, Slayer. Slayer just wants me to stream. He doesn't care how the fuck I do it.
I have a question.
Okay. You should see maybe KoimiaX's.
I have a question for Father.
Father.
Can I stay right here when I am just watching the stream normally? Or do I have to go like into our room or go downstairs or something?
You mean for the rest of this show?
Yes.
Yeah, you can sit. You can sit right there. I don't care.
I mean, if it's bad for my brain, that means it's good, right? Reverse psychology. You got me.
Something like that.
All right. Did anybody have any other questions for Bean? Or Bean, did you have any other questions for us?
Yeah, anybody in chat, do you have any questions? I think we've hit the hard-hitting ones.
And just so you know, he is 25 years old.
No.
Give or take.
I mean,
A
after
couple
this,
cigarettes and coffee has stunted his growth.
What?
Lots of coffee.
Wait, wouldn't coffee actually make you grow? I don't know. I never drank coffee as a kid.
No, they always said that. Don't drink coffee when you're younger. It'll stunt your growth.
Who's
Here
they?
I am, 6'4". Yeah, good job. That worked out well.
Gma popped in.
Oh, did you enjoy the show?
Yes. I want to be on it every single time now.
Aha. We've got him hooked.
I could be your fourth character.
You know, we could start a second show. We could be like Geigo Presents Beam, or something, and have it be like aimed at kids.
That'd be funny.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I can brag to
have
my
a kids.
That's actually, yeah.
that's
You'd have to be on there every time,
Look at that. Look at that. Cyclops actually had a somewhat decent idea for once.
Sometimes the eye comes up with good
Rude.
ideas.
Sometimes rattling around there
Rude.
like a paint can. It would work.
The light bulb flickered 1 second.
And then shorts out.
Yep. Now I'm back to the dumb.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. What does Slayer say? How does Bean like his beans?
Honestly, I don't remember ever having them.
Really?
Koimiya, you need to make him beans.
Sometime, but I don't remember.
Okay.
You're like a can of
I
those
will
beans.
follow up that with every time I try to get him to try something new is like fucking fighting a cat to put into a box. Like he will not try anything. Both of them. If it's like, the older one, if I want him to try something, it's sometimes like I'll try it.
Mind games?
It's one of those where it's like way to think outside the box, but right up directly next to it. Like they.
Like Beetlejuice, right?
Exactly. So, like, if I was to get him to try beans, I'd probably have battle wounds, but
Dude, kid, Bean, you really need to try new stuff because that is how you get not fat like me.
I guess that's a good question. Then we didn't even think about that. Like, what is your favorite food? What is it that you really like to eat?
It's a kid. He likes pizza.
I mean, I think pizza, mac and cheese, and like grilled cheese or.
So far, all correct.
And that's it.
But just saying, right now, my favorite food, basically because that's the only thing we have, is pizza rolls.
Okay.
Oh, like the Totino's pizza rolls?
Yeah.
Which kind, though? Like the pepperoni or the sausage?
Nope, just normal plain cheese pizza rolls.
I didn't even know they had just cheese in those ones.
Yeah, they do. I think they have like a 3 cheese and a 5 cheese. How they get like 5 different kinds of cheeses in a small pizza roll, I have no idea. But
you get a little
slice. It's like little chunks of shredded cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
to give you an idea of what I'm fighting with here, though, he will not eat a cheeseburger.
What?
He will not eat meatballs with spaghetti and meatball. You know, like
what?
I'll go down that train with you. I do not like meatballs.
He will
in
not
my spaghetti.
Eat even like a plain taco with just cheese. He will not do that.
Does he not like meat?
I don't know, because he'll eat hot dogs occasionally. He likes chicken nuggets, but
I mean, I wouldn't call hot dogs meat.
Only chicken nuggets from McDonald's. If I have a bag of chicken nuggets in the freezer, he will not eat those. So, like I said, it's like trying to get a cat in a box.
What are you? Are you like Gordon Ramsay or something? What's going on here?
I'm starting to think that I may not like meat, just a little bit.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you figured it out, it is. Is it you
also,
just don't like the taste?
To get a cat in a box. Just wait for the cat to jump in the box, and then you got the cat in the box. Cats love boxes.
Well, yeah, but then trying to get them to stay in the box.
Just pick them up; they won't be able to jump out.
KoimiaX's is the same. All right.
Yes, now it's
the truth comes out.
False.
We've got the hard-hitting questions.
Because you had to make me eat those goddamn wax beans as a kid. So
that's why he's
I'm calling bullshit to my own mother. Bullshit. And then Ninjato here says a plain taco with cheese is a quesadilla.
Pretty
yes
much.
And no, but
why do I feel like this has become the Jerry Springer show here at the end?
Okay, a quesadilla is only cheese. There's no meat in a quesadilla. No.
Was that Neodad? Was that your wife laughing in the background?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say
she's in the other room watching. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Please don't.
Where's the beef?
Now, I was gonna say. Now I feel like we should have like a clip of that old lady going like, "Where's the beef?"
Yeah.
No, I did see here. Wildflower said like it was a cool idea for like a kids channel. And yeah, KoimiaX's was the same. Yep, and then beef where it's what's for dinner. I remember those old commercials. Bean, you probably have no idea what
to say. Since we're at 1 hour and 2 minutes, my dad told me that most of the things you do on this show is just make fun of each other.
Yeah,
pretty close.
I can tell that. I can tell.
Yes, but it's out of brotherly love. Like we're not being malicious. We're not being mean at all. We're just joking around, trying to get each other to laugh, get everybody else to laugh. Laugh at us. We don't care.
If somebody says, "Hey, that's a little too far," we back up. So.
Right?
Do we?
No,
no, I think we keep going, and then, we back up, then we go forward, and then we back up again. Yeah. Do that a couple more times.
Have we ever hit a point where anybody said that's too far?
No, not really.
So.
I don't.
Exactly.
Not yet.
I don't think any of us are offended by anything, really.
I mean, not really, no. Oh,
I remember you were doing one of your streams, Koimia. I remember you were doing one of your streams, and I was like, "So you play the bad game, so others don't have to. So, but you won't play Grand Theft Auto 6. So you're admitting it's a good game, but you just won't play it." And You literally told me on stream to go, well, there's kids around, to go F myself. And instead of getting offended, I literally about fell off my chair laughing. So no,
and I stand by what I said.
I have an idea for Neodeath. What if
What's
you
that?
somehow make Fred the Skeleton have a mohawk as well?
I've thought about that. I've been trying to figure out. I think you could get like one of those like caps where they have the like faux things
Yeah.
and put it on them. I think that would be pretty cool. I try and do like little things. I'll put hats on him. I've had him have like the Grim Reaper mask. I've
Since
done a bunch of different things.
Since everybody has a beam hat, should I get a bean hat?
Yes, with a little bean on it.
A hat with the beam logo, and then on top of that, a bean.
Yes, if you could do that.
I can custom create it on Canva.
There you go.
Now,
Ooh.
Neodeath, I got a follow-up question to something Bean asked you. So he asked you about your name, Neodeath, but at work and on your socials, you're Brian Rooster.
Yes.
So why didn't you just take your nickname from work, Rooster, and make that your name on the social medias?
I've always
Neo Rooster.
I thought about that too. I was like, that's not bad. You know, trying to combine the two.
Death
but
Rooster.
yeah, I thought about those like Neo Rooster, Death Rooster. But I've always had Neodeath as like most of all my gaming stuff, so I was like, I don't want to have to change everything.
The Rooster of Death.
That's not bad too.
And follow up to the follow up. Why is there no A in death?
Because I a lot of people have taken that name already, so I was like, all right, I'll spell it like Megadeth spells it and take the A out. And you still get the death, but you don't have to have the A.
Well, that makes sense.
All right.
But yeah, at work and like my other social media, and I used to have my social media actually say Neodeath as the like, middle name, but now it says Rooster because everybody at work knows me as Rooster because of my mohawk. And that's just what they call me. That's usually how I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Rooster. It's just easier for people to remember and everything. So yeah, it is kind of hard and confusing having two different like names per se.
So I see Slayer actually came back here asking about chicken quesadillas.
Yeah, I was getting that, kid. These chicken quesadillas, steak quesadillas, and taco meat quesadillas, just the plain old cheese quesadillas. I mean, there's a new one at Taco Bell that I'm enjoying. It's like a crispy chicken one.
Here's the funny thing about that.
Uh-oh.
Cheese quesadillas. You'd think that would be real fucking simple, right?
Right.
Yeah, no. We go to the local Mexican place in town here, and he won't eat that because he doesn't like that cheese.
What is wrong
like the
with
Mexican cheese? It's not like normal, like cheddar cheese or whatever.
Just hearing Cyclops in the background just yelling, "What is wrong with you?"
I've been asking that for 10 years.
He's asked me that pretty much every time I've seen him.
About Bean. I've been asking that.
With a new question. Have any of you met in real life? I know Dad hasn't. But
Yes, I have. I've met. I used to work with Neodeath.
Yep, that's how we met originally.
And I met Cyclops at Target initially.
I think I saw you a couple times at Target too.
Yeah, but I used to work with Neodeath.
Yeah, all three of us together in one room. I don't think we've had that. No,
yet.
If
we get the chance to have when Angel was talking about coming out and touring and stopping and doing shows live with them, and we got a chance to meet up so that all three of us and Angel could be in one room, that would be an awesome first meeting. But,
right? That would be pretty epic.
But
yeah.
What did Slayer say?
Didn't I
you
see
could
you
be
one
B
other
Rabbit.
time? I thought I saw you one other time, but I could be wrong in person.
I'd just like to say, if all three of you meet up, I feel like it would be at like some video game convention or something.
Yeah, it probably will be. Probably in California when we go to or Texas.
Disneyland.
We've talked about doing that for like a TwitchCon or something, but honestly, I wouldn't want to go to a TwitchCon with the way they've been ruining things. Hello again, Angel. I think
welcome back. He heard his name and he popped in.
right. I think that honestly,
oh hey, Angel, I see you on mine too.
The first con that I would probably say we would all meet up at would be Angel
Beam.
had talked about Beams Con, but they call it the Gathering.
Yeah, Gathering. Yeah.
You know, so I think that would be a fun one to meet up at. But and then, like I said, or when Angel decides to go out and see the streamer world with all the different Beam streamers, and but yeah, as far as cons go, the Gathering would probably be a really cool one for all of us to go to.
I'd say that one, and then maybe if we could all go to the one in California where we go to the Game Awards, because you can go there as the public.
Yeah, but because you two still need to get, I still need to get you guys the garbage in, garbage out shirts. You know, and that would be something that we could all wear at the Gathering.
Yeah.
I would just like to say I still want one of those KoimiaX's shirts, Dad.
Father.
I keep on.
Father.
I keep on telling you, and you just seem to be like, yep.
So that's not me mainly. That's your mother mainly going, yep. So, you know, she controls the money. But, you know, and would you want one of the old Dad by Day, Gamer by Night, sometimes streamer ones, or one of the new ones with, like, my new background?
Yes.
Like the short answer is yes.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do.
I think before we all get that shirt, I think we need to edit it more, don't we?
I want a Dad by Day, Gamer by Night, sometimes streamer hoodie. And then
I want that
the
too.
other one as a shirt. Yeah.
What does Slayer say? There's already events called The Gathering in case he wasn't aware. I'm sure he would probably change it. Probably Beams The Gathering or something.
But
there's the Gathering of the Juggalos.
What do we need to add it on the shirt?
Because then I guess maybe not. Maybe that's the old picture I'm thinking of. Because I thought we couldn't get the mohawk, or you couldn't get something right on there.
I did see here Slayer was saying, what about B-Rabbit? I think Eminem might have something to say about that.
The only thing I couldn't get right was I was trying to get the Beam logo on the hat.
Ah, okay.
It wasn't cooperating there, but yeah, otherwise it's fine. And then, like I said, I would like to get on the back of the shirt, you know, mine say KoimiaX, and then yours would say Neodeath, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, we will definitely have to work on that. Slayer, you might have a bunch of Juggalo. Oh boy, yeah, you don't want that.
Hey, I'll have you know, I'm a Juggalo.
I figured.
I mean, I've seen ICP in concert like 5 or 6 times. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, their older stuff was a hell of a lot better than the shit they're putting out now. But yeah, so yes, there would be at least one Juggalo at Beams Gathering. That would be me.
I love how the FBI didn't they classify Juggalos as a gang in like Michigan or something? It was like really
nationwide.
Oh,
it was a nationwide thing. They listed Juggalos as a gang, and there's actually a really good documentary about it. I don't remember what it's called, and what channel it was streaming at, like what platform it was streaming on. I'll have to look into that, but it was really good. But yeah, the FBI did designate Juggalos as a gang at one point. I don't know if they ever took them off either, to be honest with you.
Probably not. Once you're on that list, I don't think you come off it.
Right.
There's a few other lists like that too, from what I understand.
Right.
Father. About the live concerts, that made me think, when and if we are, didn't you say that it would be amazing to have our first concert be Weird Al?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I did say that, and Weird Al's coming to Wisconsin for 2 shows in October. And it's him, and then he's got Puddle's Pity Party opening for him.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
But yeah, so
are they
your mom and I are no, not yet. Your mom and I are looking into that. So But yeah, and
Can
because I know he's
your
also
mom and I
playing-
look into that too? Because I want to go to that concert.
Well, kind of. I was looking at because your brother had pointed out that Weird Al is also playing at the Minnesota State Fair. So I want to kind of look into seeing when that's taking place because I think that would be kind of a cool thing that if we went and then your uncle and your cousins went and we all went to the State Fair and saw Weird Al at that.
Oh,
But,
cool. Nice family gathering thing.
Yeah. So
I don't know if the State Fair would be as good a show as like
probably not.
standalone
And I
one.
don't think Puddles would be at the State Fair, but
Right.
I mean it's still a Weird Al show.
It
Right.
is.
That's actually how I saw Brett Michaels, was at
Okay.
Bratfest in Madison. And probably not as cool as a regular show, but it was Brett Michaels. I
Yes,
was like,
you too. Yes, you too, Mom.
Now, just saying
Me too.
Hey,
about
you too.
about the uncle and cousins. Are they watching right now? Because I thought you said they would be watching.
I
Don't know. I mean,
I'm not
I
sure
mean, on my end, there's quite a few people.
on YouTube because I gave them the link to our YouTube thing, and I mean they know that they. I mean it shows like I've got some viewers, but not like the whole time.
Right.
So
I mean, they can always rewatch it on one of the socials.
Or just
Ah.
text him, "Hey, are you watching?"
So,
uh,
all right.
one last question for you before you have to go. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Green. Okay.
So you really
Straight
like
up
the
answer.
background then, huh?
Yeah, mine too. You just can't see it.
Hey, I at least
Okay,
got
yeah,
green
I
on
do.
mine.
You've
I
got
do
green on
like
green.
Cyclops' background.
See, cool. I win background.
Mine's
Maybe-
moving. He always
Yeah,
tells me to turn mine on.
I do always tell him to turn his. Yes.
Yeah, well, you can thank the looker for this background. He's the one that made it for me.
I don't
like
think
it.
he's. I haven't seen the Looker in a while.
You should have
He,
a
He
hat
was
on.
lurking last episode. He was watching on my YouTube.
Okay.
I know he's had some medical issues and hasn't been able to
Right.
get up the stairs.
Yeah, he can't get down to his computer, so he was just chilling on the thing, so it was easier to bring up the YouTube on his TV.
Gotcha.
Yep, and we wish him well.
Yeah. Hopefully we can bring him back on or go back on his show if he brings it back. Bless you.
All right. Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here, Bean, and we want to have you back on at some point. You just got to talk to your dad about that. He's the
I
one
know.
Just
that
not
gets that
every episode.
together. Yes, not every.
It's not so much a talking as hey Dad, can I be on? Hey Dad, can I be on? Hey Dad, can I be on?
I'm still
That's
gonna ask
talking.
every single time.
So
And yeah,
basically, he's gonna
maybe
ask
we'll make a
until you say-
kids version of the show and somehow get that going.
Yeah, just saying. I'm gonna brag to my friends now.
I mean, you have video proof.
Yes. I have more than video proof. I have 3 videos of proof. Wait, 4. 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, alrighty. With that, let us transition into some stories. And I think Cyclops is frozen. Awesome.
It looks like it. Yes.
Either that or he's
Okay, I
very
know-
intense.
There he is. There.
I don't know what just happened there. That was weird. I heard something about kids.
I
and all of a
don't
sudden
want to know what you heard.
All of a sudden, it just went completely out. I was like, "Wait, what the?" But okay, well, I guess I'm back now.
Yay,
Yep.
good. Because now we were going to do some stories.
John Cyclops or on Neo's.
All right, so yeah, it says that I'm back. I guess you guys can hear me. I don't know what happened.
We can hear you and we
you,
can
yeah.
see you.
Okay,
All
everything
right.
seems to be going good now. Well,
So far,
Well.
yes.
As far as good can be for us.
But yeah, we do have some stories throughout the week to talk about here. Let me get this pulled up because like I was trying to get it pulled up, and that's all of a sudden when it
You're
went
moving in real time now. Yeah, you can't multitask and do that other computer stuff.
I wasn't even doing other computer stuff.
Sounds good.
All right. So here's one here. This is a story that we pulled up here. We were talking about a little bit before the show. As layoff controversy continues, Rockstar Union has more members than ever before, meaning that it could force mandatory recognition. Union busted. Do you think the union's been busted? Do you think Rockstar's trying to union bust?
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. Any of those big companies, they do not want them to form their union and do all that. Oh, we see you. You are here. Hello again there, normal guy is cool. Thank you for being on the show and for being in chat. So I don't think you're going to have anything to say about unions, but I'm glad that I mean, I know wasn't it Blizzard just formed their union, I think?
Yeah.
And then so did, I want to say, the developers for Magic, and one of the Magic the Gathering developers. I don't know if it's the card side or like the digital side, like the actual games side of it. They just formed their union too. So a lot of them are, because of all these layoffs that keep happening in this industry. It's almost kind of like the car industry that I'm in, where you constantly go through these cycles. You know, you get a game out, they have to lay off a bunch of people, then you have to go find a new job, this and that, and then find a new project. So it's kind of the same with, the car industry, where we're constantly, we're either cranking them like mad because everybody wants to buy a new car, or, we're sitting around twiddling our thumbs on layoff. It just gives you that cushion, so you have some stability when you do have these layoffs till the next game comes out, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure that they're trying to union bust. All the big companies do. So.
Yeah, and I like they're not really getting away with it. I mean they are, but at the same time
they are, but they aren't. Slayer says MTG did not successfully form a union. I thought they did.
I know Xbox was forming a union, and I thought it was because of all of the
I think that was
layoffs,
Blizzard.
But
Blizzard was doing it specifically. So.
Yeah, yep, and I do see here normal guy is cool. That was awesome having you on. We definitely want to have you back on. Like I said, talk to the guy on the right there.
Just keep poking him. I'm sure that's a good thing. That'll work.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. We're here to help you.
Is that what you call it?
Help, quote unquote. Oh man, that was fun having him on there. We need to have, like I said, we should do a kids version. Geico.
I like that idea. I really do.
I do
really
too.
like that idea. The Geico presents type thing. And the funniest thing is that I know that Professor Rad that I was talking about. He's talking about his kid wants to get into streaming. And he's been trying to keep his kid away from it as much as possible. But he said something on his Discord the other day about how he told his kid if his kid didn't say or do anything stupid for 30 days, he would let him start doing a stream. And he said flat out because he didn't think his kid would do that. And so his kid did successfully do that, and so Rad has said that he's kind of scrubbed his old YouTube channel and is going to have his kid on there, but his kid is younger than Bean, and so he's going to do like a VTube type thing, and then Rad's going to be in the room with them the whole time and all of that. And but that's I like that Geico Presents thing, and maybe we could get like an umbrella of children's shows.
I like that. We'd have an umbrella of children's shows held up by the one where we do a lot of swearing.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for the parents. You know? But no, that was actually a legit idea you had there, Cyclops. So.
Yay. I did something smarty.
Angel, I don't know if you're still watching. Does Beam, because I'll be honest, I haven't really looked into it. Does Beam have like an age limit thing for their streaming? Like, could Beam have his own show on Beam?
Being on Beam.
Yeah, Bean on Beam, exactly. You know, like
that's actually kind of a cool name,
right? Bean on Beam.
Geico presents Bean on Beam.
Yeah. So I don't know if Beam has like an age thing. I would imagine they do.
I don't know if I've looked. I mean, you're the one that reads all that gobbledygook.
I know, but like I said,
I just scroll down, hit accept.
I'll admit, it popped into my head like today, and I was hoping Angel would be on the show in some form of chat so that I could ask him. But
well, he's been on twice, hasn't he?
It says he's still. I mean, it says he's still watching. I don't know if he is, but that's why I asked. So
okay.
Because I mean, you know how Angelic Angel has to be called the Queen of Beam, you know. I mean,
and then he'll be the Bean of Beam.
I think we could have the Bean of Beam. Yeah,
say that 10 times fast.
First, you know, for like a first all-child show on Beam, I think that would be like fucking cool, you know.
Yeah, it would.
So.
Oh, definitely.
But maybe I'll just email Angel and ask him. I don't know.
You know, we're just tight like that. We just email the CEO of Beam.
Exactly. Hey, Angel, I got some questions for you. You don't mind.
I would definitely be on board with that and jump in there and discuss things with them. You know, so. So. All right, yeah. So let's all make this happen. Let's
get the wheels turning on that one.
Yes.
Watch that becomes more successful than
our show. Who the fuck is Geigo? Let's you know.
Right.
But
could just imagine like what's Geigo? Then they go to find the origin story and they're like, oh God.
Right. Well, good thing that's not in in the picture.
All right.
So. Wow, we've got
what
a lot
does Slayer
of great
say?
ideas
To get paid for streaming, you have to either have a contract, or to do that, you have to be 18 or have your parent do it for you.
Right, I get that, but I mean, just in general.
Usually, there's just an age.
Twitch doesn't even like having minors on unless, like, I had him sitting in the background because we were in the same room.
Yeah, you got a little sneak peek there of what's behind Koimiya.
Yeah, my E machines that Ninjato like point out. And, speaking of, it looks like you all use Discord to do the show. I
haven't, but we can. We use StreamYard.
Who said that?
Ninjato asked.
Oh no.
Apparently,
I know a lot of people. I think do it that way. I know that's how Dingy and them did it, but I think I was just actually the wife and I were just talking about this, and I was like, I like StreamYard better than those. It feels more professional. We can, bring in the chat like we do on most of the things. We can have our little, media things. We can have pop-ups, like the Geigo link tree there, and.
Well, like when you did that, it's just an eye. Like I don't think you can do that on Discord. Like all these little silly things that we do.
No, it'd be way harder. I mean, you might be able to do it if you were running your StreamYard, and do it that way, but it'd be very clunky.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
glad we found whoever found this platform. And that was the other thing I was telling her. Like every time we sign on, they've added some new thing to it, so they're growing just like Beam, constantly adding in things that
I can't
help
wait
us
for
out.
Tuesday. I don't know what the first announcement's going to be because they've said on their Twitch they've got several announcements incoming, and I can't wait.
Any thought what it could be?
I mean, I know they teased Angel.
Blue Sky it.
Angel had teased the voice chat. You know, him and Tio had posted that one little clip the one time of like instead of typing a message, you'll be able to just speak. And like if I'm streaming and you speak in the chat, I would hear it. You know, so it could be that, or
That could
it
be
could be
dangerous.
yeah, it could be something completely different that Angel hasn't even remotely hinted at during one of our shows. You know, because he did say, because I had asked him not when he was on, because it didn't form in my head until later, but that, you know, the PlayStation and Xbox integration, you know, as a native platform, because he said he wanted Beam everywhere.
Right.
And like right now, you know, they have
workarounds
with Twitch, you know, and that
I can't get it to work.
That works half the time exactly. So like if there's a native app, you know, maybe I'm thinking maybe a native app for PlayStation or whatever, you know, that would be a surprise announcement that I think would be phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm excited about the future of Beam, and I've like, you know, I mean, I will freely admit, I've said it in the past. When Beam first came out, this new Beam, not Mixer Beam, but this one, I laughed it off because initially they had that, you know, subscription fee to streaming, to the monthly fee to stream. And I initially was one of those that was like $4 a month to stream. Get the fuck out of here with that, you know? Like,
right.
But I've done
once you realized what it was.
Yeah, you know, and I'm fully on board with what they're doing.
Because you recommended it to us too, and I was like, wait, I gotta pay to stream on here?
Or they had the sponsorships.
Well, they had the sponsorships then.
You know, and so
but that's why I was like, wait, I'm paying the sponsor? Well, I thought they were supposed to pay me. And then I was like, wait, you know, and once I realized, you know, I talked to you and
your stream and
right.
But yeah, no, I will simp for Beam any day of the week now. You know, like.
No, I get it.
So
it's been
what I was just thinking about, like, to get it on the PlayStation, like, I don't think it could be just like an app you downloaded. I think it would have to be integrated into the you know, PlayStation's thing, I would think.
Well, I mean, Twitch is a separate app.
No, because you have to go in and like you have to handshake it, but you don't download the app as like, you know, an actual app game, whatever.
There is an app you can download.
Oh, on there?
If you want to actually just watch Twitch and not stream to it, there is an app you can download for PlayStation.
Okay, but I mean, to stream out to it, it's native in the thing. Like, you can only go to YouTube or Twitch.
Right.
So I don't know if they could do that in PlayStation 5 right now.
Well, they would have to contact Sony and work some sort of fucking thing out.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, who knows? You know, I mean, Angel said he wants Beam everywhere, and when I asked him if it was coming to PlayStation, the answer I got back was just yes. So, you know, I don't know what he's cooking, but let him cook.
Right.
Let them cook, you know, because everything they've been doing so far is freaking awesome.
What do we got? New PlayStation 264-674-733-7282 coming out.
I've already got it pre-ordered.
In the mail.
In the mail, yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
And then we're also supposed to talk about Minecraft Dungeons 2. I dare you.
I think that was what he was talking about, like for the kids show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That could be cool.
Do you want me to start up this page on YouTube and Twitch and everything? Be like, you know, Geigo presents. We can
I think first things first, I'll have to start setting up Beam on Beam.
Right,
you know,
Beam on Beam.
That's the name he wants or whatever, but, you know, I'll have to talk with him later about that.
Oh, I didn't even ask that. Like, where did Bean come from?
Bean? His nickname? That's
Yeah.
a nickname that me and his mom just when he was little we called him, hey Bean or Bubba Bean or like we would laugh when he was a baby and we'd put him in his swaddle. We'd just look, he's a little bean burrito, and just bean, and
Okay.
so yeah, that was just a nickname that we gave him and
it just stuck.
It stuck and because when we were first talking about him being on the show, and it's like now we all call each other by our screen names, and your name is Normal Guy is cool. I said, well, if we shorten that, we'll just call you Norm. And,
right.
like at first he was all for that, but then he's like, no, I at least answer to Bean, which I understand because like if I was to like to go, hey Norm, he's not gonna know I'm talking to him because he's not used to being called that. So
right.
Just Bean. So,
okay. What does Slayer come back here? Same with Xbox, Twitch. It's an app you download so you can watch and stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Xbox also has the integrated Twitch, just like PlayStation, where if you just hit the broadcast button, it goes
That's what I was kind of more aiming at.
Right.
The big problem with that though is if a developer decides they don't want you to stream something, then PlayStation blocks it. That actually happened to me while I was playing Arkham Knight.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff where it's like back in the day when I used to stream directly through the PlayStation and it'd be like, broadcasting has been paused, because
right when they were doing the cutscenes or whatever.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, God damn it, I need a capture card so that I can actually get the whole thing,
Right.
And that's another thing that kind of forced me into getting a better upgraded system or like a setup is because I'm like,
then I'd be explaining like the Joker is now taunting Batman.
Exactly.
Saying,
It's like closed captioning.
I mean,
is this
it's
what
not
like
bad.
Being, blind, but
it's like he looks like this, but you really can't see it.
Yeah.
But
all right, what do you got for this next one?
So the next one I had was actually Xbox CEO. We were just talking about Xbox. So Xbox CEO lays out post-layoff priorities for ambitious growth after a terrible year. Asha Sharma wants to be halfway to 1 billion daily users in just 4 years. Do you think they can do something like that?
No.
I think she's got I think
That's...
she's got a long road ahead of her. I think they could do it, but it's a lot of work.
They would have to do a lot.
I was just saying, there's a lot of damage repair they got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Phil, I mean, as great as Phil initially was, he really fucked them in the end.
My wife and I were talking about that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because didn't they say that at one point they wanted like X amount of Game Pass users, and it's like something like 400,000 less than what they wanted at this point or something.
Okay, so Phil laid out that plan that they wanted. I want to say, I don't know, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but they wanted something like 80 million users, and right now they've got like less than 40.
Yeah, exactly. And so for her to reach that and for her goal in 4 years, I don't see happening unless they can come out with some banging games that are exclusive only to Xbox. And not on Game Pass.
I was going to say, and not on Game Pass.
And then B, I mean, their next system, what are they calling it? Project Helix or whatever. It's
right now.
And I read a thing the other day. They said that like now Steam is not even 100% confirmed for Helix anymore, as they're trying to change things to cut cost for the system. Like it's supposed to still be PC integrated, but now Steam is not even guaranteed. And that was going to be like a big, that was a lot of people. That was their day one seller was I can integrate Steam to this.
Yeah. Right.
And now,
and that's not to say that it won't come back before the launch, but it's just, it doesn't sound good right now.
Right. And so, I mean, they would have to do a lot of damage control to get the goal that she wants.
So my wife and I were talking
in the 4-year window.
Right. My wife and I were talking about this. The thing with Phil was a gamer first and a CEO second. And that works. I mean, because then he gets into the industry, he gets in with all the consumers, and we kind of saw him as one of us. Like we know he's going to do a good job because he's one of us. He knows what we want to see.
One of us.
Exactly. But at the same time, it was like, wait, in a business like that, you should be a CEO first and a gamer second, and that's what Asha is. Like she plays games. She's not super hardcore like everyone else, like Phil was, but she gets in there, she plays, she listens to the community. But Phil was more like, I'm going to hire all these developers. We're going to buy up all these studios, and then we're going to get out of their way because they. But then when they asked him for help, he's like, well, it's your mess. You clean it up, and now she's coming in going like, nope, this is Xbox's mess. I'll clean it up.
Right.
And I mean, it kind of makes her look like a hard ass, but at the same time, it's been run by some clowns for the last how many years. And now you need a hard ass to get in there and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if everything's going to shit, the one person that is keeping a calm head and jumping into everything and trying to fix it always comes across as the one that doesn't have any feelings. Doesn't mean they don't have feelings. It just means that they're seeing it from an outside perspective.
What are these feelings you talk about?
Oh, whatever. And she's sitting here going like, I'm sorry you spent all this money, but fuck it, we're going to do this,
Okay. New guy, a normal guy comes in, new game idea, human simulator. You could do everything a human does, but worse than everybody else.
I think he meant butt worse than everybody else.
Butt worse. Yeah. I read it as I see it.
Yeah.
Don't they already have that? Don't they already have a human simulator?
Like
what was the one you brought up? The Twin Tower one?
Oh yeah, there's some
time travel one. So it's a time travel game, from what I was reading.
Oh, it's a time travel? I thought it was that was the game.
No, it's a time travel game where you have to go back in certain points in history to collect artifacts. And
so Mario is missing.
One of the points is just titled New York City 9/11, and you are in the World Trade Center during that event.
Wow.
That's one of the levels.
I thought that was the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought that was like the whole game.
I
I'm like,
thought that was
really?
the whole game as well, but no, I read the actual article, and
okay,
it's more than just that. Yeah, let me see if I can.
I mean, you think about it, everyone's like, oh, do we really want to have 9/11 in a game? It's been 20 years since that. I mean, think about how many World War II games we have, and there's still World War II veterans alive today,
True, yeah.
So here it says the game is literally called Grand Theft Timeline. And it says Grand Theft Timeline is a 1 to 8 player co-op game where friends operate a homemade time machine, travel to different historical periods, and steal valuable items. The trailer includes a destination labeled 9/11-2001 New York as one of the many places players can travel to. So, 1 to 8 player heist game, apparently.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
it's still like the thing just sounds like Mario's missing, where you had to go through in time and like pick up stupid shit.
It sounds like Mario's missing versus meets Quantum Leap. Remember?
Yeah, or a hot tub time machine.
It's Bender's big heist,
What does Slayer come in? Asha has already been bringing more people back to Xbox, so I see it completely within her wheelhouse to hit that goal or get near it. Like I said, it's going to take some work to patch up a lot of what she's done.
What Phil's done.
Right. What was done with the company.
She's basically running in there with a tourniquet.
She's fucking scorched earthing is what she's doing, and I mean, it's got to be done. I mean, as much as those layoffs suck, big time. I mean, it's one of those.
It's not her fault though. I mean, Phil
no, exactly.
It said, "Hey, let's hire everybody," and then, oh shit, we can't afford it.
Exactly. It's one of those. They gotta wipe the slate clean. And that's what she's doing.
And
as you're leaning back, you can see in between your muscles, and you can see normal guys. That's kind of funny.
He's lurking. He's a creeper.
This almost looks like an AI thing behind you now. It's like you got a head growing out of here. Oh god, he's going like all dark like that, like a demon.
So
What a Slayer! Yeah, she has a lot to overcome, but she's doing a great job at it. I mean, you can't really tell if someone's doing a good job at it until, like, you know,
we got to see the fruits of the labor.
Right. We have to see that, you know, they're gonna, you know, make exclusives. You know, bring back the brand.
Titles is not something to be celebrating just yet.
Right.
Well, my favorite is like Xbox just reported one of their quarterly earnings, and it was like one of the worst in Xbox history. And people are trying to rip on her, going like, "Well, I guess you aren't going to fix it." It's like you can't fix, you know, like 7 years worth of damage in 4 months.
Well, you couldn't. Right. Yeah, you couldn't pin that on her, even if it wasn't like she just took over in that quarter. So, yeah, you have to give it at least a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that she will do it. I mean, I like the moves that she's been making. I don't like the layoffs. They suck, but that's not her fault.
I mean, Microsoft also like just kind of gobbled up everything so that Sony couldn't get it. Like, nah, we got it. And then they're like, oh shit, now what do we do?
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I like that they're cutting a lot of these developers loose. They're not just shuttering studios. They're saying, you know, hey, you can go off and be on your own independently. You know, they're letting them go.
Right. I like that, you know, Double Fine is now back on their own and we can get some, you know, maybe some new games from them.
Well, they did layoffs.
I was going to say they just did layoffs too to stabilize themselves, like 28 people or something.
Compulsion Games did the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to take concessions to continue the business and all that.
I will stand. I know Compulsion Games said that they cut some of their staff, and they're a support studio, but they're getting ready to start making their own game. And I'm like, I hope it's a sequel to South of Midnight because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do, or if they spin off a new IP. That's the thing. Like when they did cut some of these people, it was like they couldn't take some of their IPs, right? I know Double Fine was able to take all theirs.
I thought Double Fine couldn't take Psychonauts.
It was all but Psychonauts.
Did they give it finally?
I
thought they said they couldn't.
From what I understood, they couldn't, and then they gave them permission to do it as long as it was written that if they do a Psychonauts 3. Xbox gets it as an exclusive, at least a timed exclusive.
Gotcha.
And I'm totally cool with that. I don't know about anybody else. I'm cool with timed exclusives.
Right.
If it means
I like time exclusives where, you know, eventually I know it'll come to my system. I don't like exclusives for anybody, even like PlayStation. I don't want just me to play it. I want everybody to play it. Maybe I get to play it first. You can play it, you know, in a couple months or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then we can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
What does Slayer say here? We already have it. I've been paying close attention to it, and what she has done so far is amazing. And her clarity with future plans and her following through with what she said she would do, and that was to be expected from people overall really like.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Slayer. Like I said, you know, Phil was a gamer first and a CEO second. We need somebody to be a CEO first and a gamer second.
I mean, there's a fine line in there.
Right. Yeah, but Phil was more like 75% gamer, 25% CEO.
Right.
You know,
go downstairs.
It seems like Ash is going to be 50-50.
It's getting hot in here, so
I
don't blame him.
Stop farting, and he would breathe.
No, it's all my electronics.
I know the room I'm in gets kind of toasty too.
The room that we're in when we initially started this show, because my digital clock has a thermometer, you know, temperature thingy on it, and when we started this show, the temperature in this room was 68 degrees, and it is now 77.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. He's waving goodbye.
It's all the hot air that's coming out of your mouth there, Koimiya.
Something like that, yeah. So, see you later, Bean.
Bye.
Thank you again.
So there was something else that we were talking about before the show. The Simpsons teases a new Marge voice actor for a Disney Plus special. Now, why do you need to have a new voice actor? As Koimiya was saying, Marge's voice sounds very different.
I'm just curious, is this going to be just for a special, or is this going to be something that's going to eventually be going forward?
I mean, haven't they slowly been switching out the characters? I mean, I know some of them
only been
have passed.
The
the
ones
voice
that
actors
switched out the
passed.
most was like because people were complaining that Apu wasn't being voiced by an actual Indian voice actor. Or
that was
Dr.
Dan
Hibbert.
Castellaneta voluntarily stepped down for that.
Right, but that's because they're of a stupid-ass documentary that came out. And so they got a lot of heat on The Simpsons because of that documentary. And then, like, for Dr. Hibbert and Lenny, or not Lenny, but Carlson and all of that, why weren't they actually voiced by an African-American voice actor? And so, they got those voice actors in. So that's, why they did that. But Marge, I mean, how old is Julie Kavner now? She's been doing this show and that's got to be rough
Since
on
the
her
80s.
voice,
because she does the voice of Marge, Marge's mom, and Marge's two sisters.
Yeah, and that's got to be rough on her voice. I mean, I've seen some she was a stand-up comedian too back in the day, and her voice does sound a lot like Marge, but doing that for what 30 plus years has got to be fucking strenuous. I mean, like I can't imagine Seth Green doing Chris Griffin.
Well, that's very much his own voice, just
Yeah, but have you seen footage of the way he has to do it? Like, he has to scrunch up his neck and do this weird ass thing.
Oh, I have not.
Weird. Yeah, and so, I'm curious if
Slayer comes in here. That's so dumb. Grogu wasn't voiced by a Saiyan.
But
well, this all started with Mike Henry.
I don't think. I'm just curious. Like I said, is this just for a special or going forward?
So what it says here, The Simpsons will be taking on Black Mirror with its next major special coming exclusively to Disney Plus this later this August. And it was revealed during the series' panel at San Diego Comic-Con 2026 that it will actually introduce Demi Moore as the new voice for fake Marge.
Oh, so it's not even...
It's not even Marge.
It's not even canon. Okay, so this is just a bunch of much to do about nothing.
Yeah, it's a big fluff piece.
Man, fuck this article because I thought
hold on.
Serious shit
hold on.
here.
This is a dark and fun twist.
Kid show. Remember, this is a kid show.
No, that ended. That ended.
No, but this is a dark and fun twist on the fact that Marge fans have been wondering when current star Julie Kavner will be recast in the last decade, and clearly setting things up for something big on a Disney Plus special. So
yeah, it's a special that's like a play on a Netflix series. So again, fuck this article because here I thought it was like replacing Julie Kavner for good.
Well, right here, outside of confirming Demi Moore as fake version of Marge, the panel also revealed the new details of the upcoming, of the coming in the next full season in the series. The Simpsons season 38. Wow, God dang, they've been on for so long.
Yep.
Will feature couch gags. Okay, it just goes on to more about, all that kind of stuff.
A bunch of much to do about nothing.
Simpson. Yeah. Fuck that article.
Oh, whatever. You guys want to talk about it?
Nope, not anymore.
Nope, we're done. Moving on.
Moving on because we got 10 minutes.
Okay, so Koimia, you were talking about this. I think it looks fun. You said it looks like ass.
It does look like ass. I already know what you're talking about, and it does look like ass.
You don't like a lot of things that are. You don't like a lot of things that are awesome. Right here.
You're calling this awesome? Okay, I think you need to get your eye checked.
I mean, Blanca does not look good to me.
It
when
looks
I
like
saw
ass.
this. I was like, why did we do this to Blanca? Like, I think he got fucked last time, too.
First of all, we got Ryu or whatever the fuck you want to call him, looking like a Dragon Ball Z reject in that outfit. And then we got, well, I'll let this fucking trailer speak for itself. Ass right there.
No,
Can you guys-
right
can you guys
here.
feel him?
Yeah. Like, why? Why did we make a CG version of him?
Well, what were you gonna do? Is it like a CG
No,
version?
like they
of
could have
the
made
Hulk?
him look better. Like it's like the Sonic thing all over again.
Well,
Like
you think
that's one of your main characters, and you made him look all goofy. You had to have
that.
See this right
Yes.
here. We're gonna pause it right around these areas here. So
I mean, his
there.
fireball doesn't look bad, but
I
this
think
part,
they really made it so that he looks more like Jason Momoa.
right? It's basically Jason Momoa
Have
playing
you
that.
seen Blanca? He does not look
Yeah.
human at all. He looks like a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, they never. I don't think they ever explained where the fuck he came from, did they?
I think they're going to in this movie.
Of course they are.
Okay, now look at right there. Now this
Yeah.
that was always gonna look goofy, but right here, here's what I'm thinking. So the new Mortal Kombat movies got the R rating because they went full. They just leaned into what made those games fun. Do you think
Which
it
they
would have been?
should.
Do you think it should have been better if this got the R rating instead of the PG-13?
I think
What
it
would the
be better
R
if it
rating-
have been made?
What would the R rating?
We really
gotten
need
them
a
on
Street
that?
Fighter movie because the last one did so well.
I mean, the last one, it's kind of a cult following.
Here's all I got. Exactly. It's so bad it's good. Here's what I got to say about this one. Cody Rhodes is in it. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Cody Rhodes is. He's a WWE wrestler.
Okay. Oh, isn't he Guile?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
That when you said the name, I'm like, oh, I kind of know that's Guile.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a fan of Cody Rhodes to begin with, but except when he was fucking Stardust, he was awesome as Stardust. That character he played in wrestling. But you know, like I'm going off on a WWE tangent here, but
WWF. Fuck you talking about? No WWE
Right.
bullshit.
but yeah, no, it was not. We don't need a Street Fighter movie.
Well, maybe we
mean-
don't need it, but I think it looks like just fun popcorn.
Again,
just cheesy
you
popcorn fun.
Stupid things.
What
Angel popping back in again. Welcome back again, Angel.
Welcome
Hey,
back, Angel. Angel,
Hey,
maybe you
ask,
can-
ask him his question.
I'm about to.
Okay.
To. Angel, while we've got you here, what is the like age limit for Beam? Like if I wanted
Streaming
to
on it.
have streaming on Beam, like if I wanted to make a channel for Beam so he could be Bean on Beam, is that okay? Like I mean, as long as I'm in the room with him, or can he just have his own channel, or you know, Beam has no age limit. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
okay.
So already they're better
Oh.
than Twitch.
Bean on Beam is going to be a thing because
Okay.
We were-
Everybody
we're
like
kicking-
and follow.
we're kicking around this idea of like Geigo presents like a children's show type thing. Bean on Beam.
Mhm. I like that. Geigo presents Bean on Bean.
Yes.
Would that be the actual name? Bean on Beam?
I don't
Or
know.
would it-
We would. He's watching. Ask him. He just has to have the proper age restriction.
So
Yeah, that's-
also, since
Don't
we have
forget,
the
Father, we are watching a movie with
Yes,
you.
I know. We're going to watch the new Masters of the Universe tonight.
Okay.
'cause that's on
Ooh.
Amazon Prime.
since
Yeah,
we
let me know
have
how that is.
since we have Angel here. Angel, let me ask you something about this story that we were getting ready to talk about here.
Oh, boy.
This is something a CEO is doing, and I want to know your opinion on it. EA CEO got a huge pay increase while the company laid
Oh.
off developers. Andrew Wilson doesn't fly commercial anymore as EA's CEO racks up millions in pay and stock options, and
But-
he's not the only one. But yet they're laying off like hundreds of developers that actually make their games while he gets a payout. And
So it's Bobby 2.0. Angel says that's absolute bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is Bobby Kotick just in a EA form.
I mean, same thing happened with my work. Where I work, we usually get a yearly bonus depending on how many cars we sell in the U.S. only, because it's bullshit contract. Anyways, so this year we got 0. We did not get anything because we didn't make the sales in America. Worldwide, we make it. So we didn't get anything, the workers didn't get anything, but the CEO got a big old fucking bonus, and so did the managers. It was complete bullshit, and we've been railing on them the entire year because of that.
Ooh. Is that what you're announcing Tuesday, Angel? Or
Oh,
what?
you got some side information going on there?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Okay, he says we're about to release a new chat system. You are the first ones to know.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
And that is not what they're announcing on Tuesday.
Okay.
Is that
all
the
right?
Voice chat? Is that the voice chat, Angel? The one that you and TOT's the one time?
But yeah, so I mean, this guy got a $38 million payout. Has a 305-1 ratio to the 126,000 612 million annual costs.
Yep.
Oh, whatever.
He says no comment to the question about is it the voice chat one.
So it is. Thank you.
Possibly,
Thank you.
possibly. No comment is a comment.
Right. I will take that as a yes. What does Slayer say? You're all talking about the forgettable characters about.
What about DeHaslam?
Yeah. Sure.
What about DeHaslam? I mean,
DeHaslam.
he's a forgettable character from Street Fighter.
Okay, see, like I said, I think it looks like cheesy popcorn fun.
Yeah,
that's just gonna be it.
I don't know if that should have been their first trailer. Yeah, that should not have been focused on Blanca. It should have showed a little bit of M. Bison. That's like your main thing you need to be showing us, what the villain's like. And then, like, kind of the other characters.
Well, that's
first,
a trailer that
Ryu,
just
E Honda, Ken. Those are your main characters.
Right. They did do a second trailer, though.
Did they?
That was just the one. Yeah, that was just the one that focused specifically on Blanca. But they have another trailer out that's more about the story.
Angel, is that chat thing going to be today? Like, how soon are we talking here?
Oh.
Because you said you're about to release it, like right now, or
we're already in it.
Normal Bean,
normal bean 16. Yes, like that's what. But yes,
Bean on Bean. No, like.
All right.
Bean on Beam. Bean on Beam.
Bean on Beam.
Okay. Now, there was another story here that we were going to bring up.
Dalsum is the best character in Street Fighter. His nickname is Stretch Ball Strong.
Sure.
I don't think anybody likes Dalsum. I remember him being the cheesy motherfucker. You could like go half the screen and just, stretchy kick somebody. Like, you cheesy motherfucker.
Yep,
that in E Honda with his kick, you could just get him in a corner and just keep kicking him.
No, E Honda had the 1,000-hand slap. It was Chun-Li that had the kick.
No, E Honda, if you did his kick, the R kick, you could kick him and then yes, he had the slap, but he also had the longest kick that he could just reach in and get you every time. That was my cheeseball move. If I couldn't beat my buddy, I would just get him in a corner with that kick, and he was done for.
I mean, it may be. I don't remember that one.
It's been a long time since I played a Street Fighter.
200-hour mark. 2-hour mark, I think he's talking about.
Okay, let's just go through a few of these here. Fable PS5 is uncomfortably beyond budget, sources claim. So this was originally an Xbox exclusive. Do you think that it would be a wiser idea to put this on PlayStation to do as a multi-platform, especially since it's beyond
budget? It's already
budget?
coming to PS5.
I was just said it's already multi-platform.
Yeah, they were talking about making it only an exclusive though. But here's the thing we were talking about though.
This is now launching before she took over, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it is now launching because Fable moved to February to avoid Grand Theft Auto 6, and now God of War Lao Fei is literally just 2 days before Fable. Do you think Fable should move their release date again to avoid God of War?
No, and here's the thing: they announced their launch title before God of War did, or their launch date. So no, they should not have to move their date. They shouldn't move their date.
I'm just thinking maybe they should move it back just by a month. Just because, I mean, a lot of people are going like, oh, God of War or Fable. You only have enough money to buy one.
Well,
I'm buying Fable.
I mean, you've already got it pre-ordered, though, right? Don't you, Koimiya?
Yeah. But even if I didn't yet, and I had to go God of War or Fable, I'm going Fable.
God of War's had almost 4 games. I mean, it's had, since then. So it's got the younger audience and nostalgia. This only has nostalgia on it.
Here's the thing, though. This isn't Kratos. It's not going to sell as big because it isn't Kratos.
Yeah. I mean, I will buy it. I would buy that. Both. I would buy that over Fable because I know that franchise already. I know what it's going to be like, and I've never played a Fable game.
Right. But say you had played Fable, and you know the Fable franchise, because like I was saying to Cyclops beforehand, Fable's been around since the Xbox 360. No, even the Xbox One, the original Xbox. I think Fable 1 was on the original Xbox. I think. So. I'm not positive. But it, so I mean, it's got an established history as well as God of War, but it's not Kratos.
Right. It's their own story, different.
Yeah. I mean, I get that this Fable is its own story as well.
Right. It's not the same character continuing on.
Correct. Neither of them are.
What does Slayer say? It should have been an exclusive, but it's too late in the process for them to turn away from PlayStation, right? At this point, they couldn't do that.
And that's why they wanted it. I bet because it was uncomfortably beyond budget is why they pushed it away from Grand Theft Auto 6. They knew they'd get murdered.
Right. Well, there's just too many games coming out in that time span. But the one game that is going to go against GTA 6 supposedly is the Zelda Ocarina of Time.
I really think they're the only ones that can go against it, especially with
and it's a different fan base, so people will do both or whatever one you're going with.
Okay, so now here's my question. I've proposed in the past games go against GTA 6 specifically when they're different fans bases, and you two fuckers laughed at me. But now because it's Zelda, it's okay.
Nintendo is the only one that could do it. Nintendo's the only one that could do it. So if you put a random, say Wolverine, an IP we've not played, we know who it's made by, we can see the trailers and all that, but we've never tested it. We don't know that franchise. You're going to go with GTA over that one.
I'm not.
Whereas Zelda, everybody and their fucking mother knows Zelda. And that game specifically. That is the heavy hitter of the Zelda games. So you put that against GTA and you're not going to have a fucking problem.
Okay, moot point. What if it was God of War going against GTA?
I would still say God of War should move.
I would say they would still do it. I would say they would put GTA against God of War.
I'd say God of War would stand a good chance, but I still think it would get trumped, so to speak.
Is that the article you brought up here? No.
No.
Here I was trying to get to that article, and you didn't go there. What does New Guy say here? Neo Bean.
Wait, which article are you talking about?
Okay. Just about some of the things coming out for Ocarina of Time. The rumors.
Oh yeah. Let me pull that one up.
That Beanie guy,
KoimiaX's, Neo Bean.
You're thinking outside the box. What about Cyclops Bean or?
No, that's the first one that is a
really?
Bean guy.
I guess that is that one. But the rumors are
Bean Guy 16.
The rumors are right now that in a couple days on the 4th we're supposed to get the actual reveal of the Ocarina of Time and maybe the Nintendo Switch 2.
There you go. There you go. This is through IGN. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time remake will launch head-to-head with GTA 6 in November. This is when was this article made? Just the other day, just yesterday. Yeah, Nintendo fans believe anyway after Amiibo.
It's all speculation right now by some of the Amiibos and that stuff. But yeah, they say that it's going to go head to head with them.
Officially announced, but it would be kind of cool to see that happen. Now, yes, Koimia, we have ripped on you for saying like, oh, everything should go up against it, nothing should move. I'm saying this is the only one that stands a chance to actually give it a run for its money.
I mean, I would buy both.
Yeah, a lot of people could buy both.
A Legend of Bina.
So, all right.
What does Slayer say here? I think that you can't put any of these games against each other because they are different genres, and not everyone enjoys the same genre of games.
That's the point. That's my point I'm trying to make. People who are buying Zelda, I mean,
are not the same people that are probably going to be playing GTA. I mean, they
people
are.
Who are buying Fable are not the same people who are going to be playing GTA.
Those two, yes.
There's
but I think
like
the GTA are
all of them, but
I think the Zelda one and that, because most of the older people that are playing GTA are those people that originally started with Zelda.
Right, but here's the thing. Say Zelda and GTA come out on the same day. You've played previous GTAs. You've played that same fucking Zelda game. You buy both of them.
Technically not.
Well, I'm using that as an example. Work with
Right.
me here. You buy both of them.
Right.
Which one are you playing first, and which one is getting more of your time?
Zelda.
Right out the gate.
I would do Zelda first.
I would probably do GTA first, but that's just me.
I would do Zelda because it's supposed to be
general audience now. General audience. Those two games. Which one do you think is getting played more first?
I can't say on that one. I know probably GTA.
Come on, you know the fucking answer.
But I think GTA. Zelda would be a.
So if
Zelda is a very close. Like people have that nostalgia, and we've never played it in 4K. We've never had it on the big screen, looking fantastic and all that. So I think it could beat it by that.
Everybody and their mother's going to be playing GTA 6 anyway. Go ahead and release your fucking game.
See what it does? Yeah, but then you don't get the sales.
You're still going to have people that will want that over
I'm just talking about like
GTA 6.
If somebody releases
who doesn't give a flying
Beancraft 1 against GTA, no one's going to go play Beancraft 1.
I think
right?
he would.
I mean, I would hope he would play his own game. But, I mean, nobody's going to play a random game that they've never heard of versus GTA.
Like he says, rude.
I disagree. Because there are people out there who don't give two shits about GTA.
That's only you. I think you're the only one.
No. Sadly,
you've created a whole following, a gathering of your gigolos.
Stab agrees with me.
Of your GTA non-juggalos? All right,
Zelda for sure getting played first, but I think GTA will get more time. Because of mods.
Yeah.
You can easily find online.
Well, that's not until GTA 6 comes out on PC when those mods come in. They don't do that on the consoles. It's the PC versions.
Sometimes they do. Usually they give it like a month.
So,
but yeah, I think Nintendo will give them a run for their money.
All right, and Koimia,
especially this game specifically, because we've been waiting forever for 4K. Play it on the big screen, and it looks good.
Okay, normal guy, you're not old enough for GTA, so of course you don't care.
I was going to say, you can't play that. You can't even say that.
All right, Koimia, how much time do you have?
Not just father.
Another 10 minutes or so, if that.
Yeah, I mean, before he gets bombarded.
It's over.
Okay, no problem. So another controversial thing going on here. God of War Lao Fei proves that women are still gaining ground in gaming. And this person who wrote it says that they are thrilled that Kratos is sitting this one out. He's sitting in the chair watching.
Yikes.
I said what I said.
So, I don't know how this proves that, you know, they're gaining grounds just because they have what?
If you look at everybody online, they're bitching about the fact that it's a woman.
That too, and then that we've had female protagonists. It doesn't mean that, you know, they're gaining any ground in the industry.
I think their whole thing is like that she is now taking over in a pretty much male dominated franchise. But we've had that before too. I mean, look at The Last of Us. I mean, everyone thought they were going to play as just Joel, and then there was that little segment where you played as Ellie, and then the whole DLC was Ellie, and then half of the second game was Abby, and the other half was Ellie.
Right. What about the Uncharted one though, where it was all the women? That one didn't do very well.
Oh, it did well. That one, we looked that up once. Yeah, we looked that up once before. That actually did extremely well. But now, I mean, you've always had Tomb Raider. Well, not always, but since the early 90s, you've had Tomb Raider. Since, recently you've had, like, Horizon. I mean, tell me that The Walking Dead didn't do well with Clementine.
Yeah, but that was a niche market. I mean, it did well for a Telltale game, yes. Don't get me wrong. It did well. It did very well for a Telltale game. But I think a lot of people don't. And it pains me to say this because it pisses me off when I hear it. A lot of people don't consider the Telltale games. I've had people flat out, like people I know, tell me to my face, "Oh, that's not a real game."
They are. They're pointing.
It's like a book.
Yeah. So, but as far as like for that niche, yeah, that Walking Dead series did real well.
Yes.
Yes, I know I'm watching a movie with you. You don't have to keep fucking telling me. But
So yes, NeoDeath, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy sold 5.2 million copies worldwide, with community discussions on platforms like Reddit generally reaching a consensus that it is a strong performance, and a standalone spinoff.
Okay.
So yeah, it did sell well. It's not.
Well, I would like to see the other number. What are the numbers against normal Uncharted, I guess? That's what I'd like to compare it to. So yes, it did its own thing, yes. But what are the numbers for Uncharted? Probably 15 million, 20 million.
Okay, so it says here, Uncharted Lost Legacy sold 5.34 million copies, placing it below the main numbered entries like Uncharted 4, but outperforming older PS3 portable titles.
Okay, but you can't really compare that to compare the Uncharted one that you're looking up with, like, say, Horizon.
Okay.
Because of course, mainline story game is going to sell better than like a spin-off.
Okay, well, it does say here that Uncharted: The Lost Legacy did sell better, and I'll look it up for that one. But it does say here it was actually the third in the series, because Uncharted Golden Abyss was 1.62, and then Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the first game, was 4.8 million. And then Uncharted Lost Legacy 5.34, then Uncharted 2 was 6.5, and then the Nathan Drake collection, which had the three main games as remake in 2015, or remaster, was almost 10 million.
Right. Okay. That's
9 million for
I
Uncharted
they were going to be hitting.
3, and Uncharted 4 is still the top selling at 18.65.
Really? 4?
Yeah. Okay, and then
it's been the first one, but okay.
Okay, and you said Koimiya, Lost Legacy versus what?
Horizon.
New Dawn.
Compared to an IP outside of the Uncharted series.
Horizon Forbidden West or Zero Dawn?
The first one.
Okay, Zero Dawn.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of dudes that are playing as chicks.
Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn significantly outperformed Uncharted. in total lifetime sales, currently exceeding 24 million units compared to Uncharted's 5.2 to 5.3 million units for the Uncharted spinoff. So it still did well for a spinoff, but you got to think too. The Lost Legacy was a side game. It wasn't really its own game. It's kind of like Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales, how it was a story off to the side, where Horizon is its own thing. It's a whole new IP. I mean, think about it.
I mean, it's hard to judge on those where they spin it off like they're gonna do with this new one.
Okay.
I see what you're saying on that. You know, everybody liked, just like the whole world of New Horizon was just good. The combat was good. Everything about it was good. But, you know, we didn't jump on it just because it was a female protagonist.
Right.
We jumped on it because it looked good.
Like a good game with just happened to have a female protagonist.
Right.
We would have loved it either way.
Yeah, that's why these games are so hard when they spin off like this. I mean, everybody's going to be thinking, God of War mechanics in the back of their heads and this and that.
Right.
So they're going to have a hard time giving it the due diligence it needs.
Okay.
We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I'll probably get it either way.
Yeah, I'm going to. You want to just cut this story here, but what about this one here? Capcom is going to make Resident Evil a yearly franchise.
Stupid.
I think
Why
that's
are we
to
doing
compete,
this again?
I think that's to compete with Silent Hill because Silent Hill is becoming a yearly franchise.
It is?
Stupid.
Yeah. Because they got multiple development teams working on it. Some are working on remakes of the originals. Some are working on new ones. And then you got side stories.
Didn't they do this back in the day, you know, where we got Code Veronica and all this, where you had these stories that were branching here and there, and you're like, I have no fucking clue what's going on in this story anymore.
You had what, like Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil...
Right, they had all those other ones that I never played those ones because they just got out of control.
Code Veronica is fantastic.
Right.
I mean, Code Veronica is, because I played it on my Dreamcast.
And they got a remake coming out.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Yes, they do.
But, I mean, look, it's already done it. 2019, Resident Evil 2 remake. 2020, Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil Resistance. 2021 was Village. Then 2022 was RE Verse. Then 3 was RE4. Then it looks like they took 24 and 25 off, but then they came 26 was Requiem. 27, we're getting Veronica. And it sounds like we might get more after that.
Well, I think they're just trying to update the old games to the, you know, new standards, which I've enjoyed those. But like new story every single year, that's where you get that fatigue. That's what happened with Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what's
learn from their
Call of Duty.
mistakes, right? You know, you can't pump on out if it's like a mainline thing. If it's like, you know, a remake, then you do the, you know, mainline story again. Okay, but you're gonna run out of remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think they have any. Well, I guess they could go 5, right? They haven't done 5 yet.
Will they do 5?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
because 5 was kind of newer, right?
Well, no, the controversy with that, because you were in Africa and like all the zombies were black and you were a white protagonist. That was the whole controversy back then, and it seems like that just pisses people off now too.
See, I don't remember. I think I stopped at 4 because they changed the camera was like over your shoulder, and I fucking hated that one for that. And I was like, whatever. I didn't pick it back up until they brought it to PS5.
Requiem.
Yeah. Which,
all right.
Yeah, the story is still confusing as fuck. But
so, all right, and now I know, Koimiya, you might have something to say about this. The last story that we have one more that we can do if we have time, but PlayStation finally breaks their media silence on its going terribly. fans are still fuming over the company's end of physical disc production. We didn't get to talk about this because we were off that week, but yeah, as of 2028, PlayStation is getting rid of physical discs. They won't sell it in the store. However, sounds like they're still going to send like the boxes to the store, and you can buy it, and it'll have a code in it instead of having the actual disc.
Okay.
Right. And basically, didn't Sony just come out and say, screw you guys?
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
We don't care. We're going to do it anyways, pretty much.
Well,
and I think, didn't that like campaign that was, kind of building, didn't it like fluster out too?
Yeah, hang on. They said something here. If I could get this to not pop up ads every freaking time.
Well, while you're doing that, what do we got from Normal Guy? Should I be Normal Guy 16 for Beam? Or Normal Bean 16?
He's probably down there creating an account right now.
Right, he's already got like 12 of them made.
Like 12 followers and shit. I sit back and I laugh at this whole bullshit.
Well, what was that? What was that one you posted?
Oh, some guy who said he's like, I'm switching to Nintendo because they still keep physical media, and I'm like, oh, go ahead and Google Nintendo key cards. You know? Like, let me know how that works out for you. It's like you're talking to a guy who went from tape cassette to CD to MP3 to Spotify. You're talking to a guy who went from Betamax to VHS. I skipped Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray. It's going to fucking happen. And it's either you adapt or be an old man yelling at a cloud.
Or you die.
And I get the whole, my collection. Okay, yeah. Has Sony come out and said that the PS6 is going to be discless? I mean, I would assume, like everybody is, that they're saying no more discs. That it's not going to have a disc drive. I would assume that's going to be the case. But have they come out and said that?
I don't think they have. But I did find the actual what they actually said here. They said, and so we think. When we think about the future and we put in a lot of thought and time and we cautiously considered this and we came to the conclusion and we're going to cautiously move this forward. And to this decision, we have received various opinions, mostly negative opinions, I would say. And people have strong views, and we understand that the community has put forth those views to us. Games are loved by many people. It's a form of entertainment that's loved by people, and it's considered to people. It's connected to people's fond memories in many cases, and so we understand those emotions. We want to consider that, and in the future, in the future digital ecosystem, how do we engage the gamers, and something that that we would like to continue to explore. Here's my thing with that, though. How many people got into gaming because they got a used game, or borrowed a game from a friend, or a loved one?
When we were growing up, me and my buddy, we would swap games all the time.
You can still do that with the games that you have now.
That's what we do have now, but it's like, what if I want to?
Go ahead.
When was the last time you let somebody borrow a game, Cyclops?
A physical game.
A physical game. When was the last time you let somebody borrow a game?
About a year ago.
Okay. And we're talking about 2028. It's not even fucking 2027 yet. When's the next time you think you're going to let somebody borrow a game?
I don't know. It's a guy across the street. We tend to swap games sometimes. He hands me his stuff. I hand him mine.
The point is that kids Bean's age, all they already know is digital.
Right.
They aren't going to give a rat's ass about this shit.
So it's just our generation that's having the problem. And we've already gotten over, like you said, movies, music. Why is video games the one hang up where we're like, no, we're hanging on for this for dear life?
And the Venn diagram of people who are having a shit fit about this, but are okay with like Steam, and are okay with Spotify, and are okay with Netflix, that takes movies and shows all the time and adds movies and shows all the time, is one circle.
Well, it does go into that here in their statement. They say at this point in time, we are not seeing any impact on our business. But going forward about the content sales, a large part is already digitized, and therefore, as a result of the discontinuation of discs, we don't see that there will be any negative impact to our business.
And the thing of it is like people were laughing because Sony did all these announcements and stuff, and then like a couple days ago, the PSN was down or whatever, and then like the next day the Xbox Live was down, and here's the thing. Everybody's like, I could still play my disc, la 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 la. Okay, that's great. Do you have any DLC expansions for your game? You can't play those. Do you have...
If it's a brand new game, you're going to have a shit ton of bugs if you haven't put that day one patch into it.
And it's like, it's... I laugh at it. I do. And those assholes that are like planning to block out the using the PlayStation for a week. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
like a week or whatever.
Cool. Stay off the servers. That'll be more easier. I'll have better connection. But
what does Slayer say? Not to mention, Sony also blocks people on social media from commenting about licensing issues.
Guys, I gotta get going.
Yep. I don't think the issue is necessarily the physical games, but more them saying that they can revoke your digital game license that you paid for it. I think that is the crux here. I think you hit it right on the head, that people don't like that they came out and said that they could just pull it at any time and you do not own that game physically. If they would just say, you own this game, you got it, we're not going to pull it from you, but we're going digital now, I think a lot more people would go, okay, I own this game digitally, and you can't fuck with me on it.
Okay.
I think Slayer hit it right on the head there.
Yeah, great job, Slayer. All right,
okay, and here's the thing. Okay. It's in 2028. There's still a lot of information that could change between now and then.
Right. And hopefully they would come out and clarify that and say, okay, everything you've bought is now yours. And then, then I think a lot of the worry would go away.
Well, I think it's funny that PlayStation is the one that announced this, and then all of a sudden Wolverine, who is that? Insomniac comes out. Oh yeah, Wolverine on disc form. Everyone freaks out. They're like, God of War Lao Fei on disc form. Everyone freaks out. Now they're saying the new Tomb Raider got pushed to 2028. Oh, sorry, we can't do a disc now.
Yeah,
here's my other question. Sony is saying they're stopping production of discs. That does not mean third party is still going to not put things on disc.
I think the problem though is to get said disc finalized. Sony has to go through their process of doing whatever and making sure there's no hidden bullshit or whatever.
Okay, yeah, but that's fine and dandy. But they're not the one producing the disc. It's like, say, EA wants to put out a Madden on a disc on the PlayStation 6. They can still do that. Can they not? I mean, Sony just basically has to okay the game.
But then they have to put it in the PS6 to play the disc, and that makes them cost more money.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think PS6 is going to have a disc drive to begin with, but that's a whole other can of worms. Like,
right.
I'm just saying. But anyway, I got to get going.
All right, well, we will end it here. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Bean, thank you for coming on, and talk to your dad, and we'll get you back on here. And possibly you saw the birth of, Bean on Bean. Geico presents Bean on Bean.
Yes, that'll be in the works. We'll do something with that. probably be more, like I said, more popular than us.
Right.
All right. We want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out, and we will see you next time. Remember, haters gonna hate, gamers got a game.
Don't you usually say peace out?
Peace out. Thanks for watching. Love
Yeah,
your
I was
face.
like, where's the rest of it?
Right.
Haters!
Good night, everybody.